And I'm excited about where 2026 is going to take everybody. Happy New Year, Bo.
Happy New Year to you. We're here at Burleson Nissan in Burleson.
Where are we at?
Burleson at Row and 35.
Renfro and 35. We're going to be here to the noon hour. Come on out. You still have all your incentives and great deals going on. Today is the last day, January 3rd. All the incentives are going to change on Monday, and you want to make a deal, come out here and make a deal and see the new lineup. I got to tell you, this new Rogue, the new Sentra, the new designs. In fact, I look out there and I can look right at the front end and tell you which Nissan Sentras are 2026 and which one's 2025.
Well, that's cool.
But boy, do they have a marked price. Here you got 4 vehicles right now on sale, less than $6,000 less than the average good quality CPO or used car. All at Burleson Nissan. Before we go any further, I want to say happy birthday to the twins in my family.
Cool.
My oldest brother and sister, Larry and Lillian. Happy birthday. They were born, get this, my mom had twins January 3rd and another one Christmas Day of the same year. So for 8 days, we have triplets.
Yeah, that's great.
And then today, Larry and Lily turn a year older, and God bless you. Have a great, happy birthday. And I know it's going to be a good one. I'm excited about where everything is going to go. What people are going to be doing, and the economy is going to look absolutely fantastic. The auto industry is going to boom when we're going to be covering the cafe and all the great things that the president has done. Like him or hate him, he's doing great things with this cafe and the auto industry. One of the by far the largest employer in the world. When you look at everything that's connected to the auto industry, man, oh man, are things going to look good. You've got all the manufacturers fired up about what they're going to build and what they're going to design. They're not under this cafe pressure, which means that they can slow down and build better, safer, less expensive cars. The dynamics of the auto industry are going to completely turn around this year. And I was there in my living room watching and listening to the head of Ford, the head of Daimler, one of the heads of GM talking about all the things they're going to do now that somebody got smart and said, whoa, hang on, pull the reins. Let's rethink this. And they are on their way to create another fantastic year, which means so many things. Interest rates, terms, some of this stuff's going to go away, which I'm so excited about. And we'll be covering that throughout the show. Happy New Year back in studio to my producer, Larry. How are you? How was your New Year's?
Hello. My New Year was great. How about yourself?
It was low-key. Low-key.
Yeah, I went out and stirred up the town, and the cops started chasing me, and I got home before they got me. So it's all good.
That sounds like an adventure. I like it.
I just wanted to set the New Year off right.
You know, after many, many years in the nightclub business.
You know about that, right?
I love just kicking it. But, you know, the one thing that I don't like the local stations, the bands that they're hiring and the music that they're playing. I didn't get it.
Well, I know that I watched a little bit of the Dick Clark, the opening.
Dick Clark has some good bands.
I didn't know any of them. They might have been good. I just didn't know any of them.
Well, there were some that, you know, the few that we saw, I knew who they were. But the ones here local, I don't know where they found these cats at. I didn't get it. I didn't understand their music. I couldn't understand what they were saying. I went, come on, there's so many talented people here in DFW.
I don't know. It just seems like we get in the music world, we just go after something that's the most oddity thing out there. That's what people gravitate to, like a thing.
Yeah.
You know, like if it's really crazy and stupid, we let's all get together and support that.
Yeah, this one guy.
Not if it's good.
He would. I didn't know what he was doing. They're talking about he's one of the hottest bands in Dallas.
Oh boy.
Oh Okay. Here we go.
But what age bracket was he the hottest band to?
I don't know.
18-year-olds, 17?
I don't know. But we stopped by and saw some friends about 10 minutes from the house and called it early. Get up in the morning and cook breakfast with my lovely bride.
When's the last time you actually stayed past midnight to see it happen?
This year.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was in bed before then.
Well, Dick Clark is 11 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. But you
Because
didn't do it here.
Yes, but we
made it to 11
we saw
o'clock?
the ball drop,
All right,
and then we
okay.
went home. We were home by 11, a few minutes after 11.
So, how did the ball look? Because it was a new kind of thing.
It was different. It was different.
Just come down like the old one did?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, nice and slow. And we were supposed to be with a buddy of mine with Emerald City out of Toyota Factory. And
that's a good group right there. Of course, they have several bands.
I've known Dino for many, many, many years, but some wires got crossed about getting there anyway. So a friend of mine, he took and converted his whole house into a casino.
How about that?
Had all blackjack and roulette and craps. I don't understand all of it.
But it was all there, huh?
I played on the blackjack tables, and it was, funny money. And at the end, the top winner's got a bottle of wine or something. Tammy laid out a spread of food that was just second to none.
That's awesome right there.
And, we had a great time and went home and just had a time and cooking all weekend for my neighbors, for us, for whoever wanted to come by and get some food.
Just rolled it in right and easy, slow and easy.
I made my first phyllo apple turnovers last night.
What is a phyllo?
It's a very paper thin pastry. It's as thick as this
piece of paper.
Yeah, and you got to know how to work it and keep it moist and how to use the butter on it. Anyway, some of them look like turnovers. A couple of them didn't. They were close because it's so hard to work with.
Right.
But anyway, my wife made red beans and rice.
It's supposed to be black-eyed peas.
We have black-eyed peas
too.
Okay.
I was going to say, we're going to be in trouble this
Melinda
year.
Melinda never cooks.
We're going to be in trouble if you didn't eat your black-eyed peas.
Yeah, she never cooks. And she made a red beans and rice with chicken and sausage.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
Blew me away. And she knows I don't like spicy, and it was mild, and blew me away.
You turning the kitchen back to her?
She,
does she like cooking?
I didn't know I could love her more. No, she don't like to cook.
That's probably the reason why you're the cook, mainly. But you're a great cook too.
Yeah, she did it up. So anyway, I hope everybody had a happy New Year and got home safely and didn't go to the Hoot Scow out drinking and driving, and we're ready for 2026.
It's here now.
The world was supposed to come in and end at Y2K, but we made it through that 26 years ago.
Yeah.
But a lot of changes coming in the auto industry, and we're going to be covering that throughout the next 4 hours. Phone lines are open, 214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. If you want to know where to go, who to see, what to do, all the changes that are coming through the auto industry, we're going to be covering that for you. The different makes and models, the ones that are real, the ones that are not. So if you have a question, it was amazing how many guys I had to call the last 2 weeks going, is this real? And 99% of it was an absolute no. And so there's a lot of renderings out there. There's a lot of people coming out saying, this is coming out, this is coming down the pipeline.
Well, the Prelude is out.
And yeah.
You don't care for it though, do you?
No, I was very.
Well, you're pretty disappointed in the Honda's designs overall, anyway, aren't you?
You know what?
Current.
You know what the best looking Honda is of the bunch? You're not going to believe it. For me, the best looking one out of the bunch.
The CRV.
No,
I'm just guessing.
The Odyssey.
Oh yeah, the
van. Good looking. Everything about the Honda Odyssey is good looking. And I think what happened was the designers took that electrification and put it into their gas vehicles. And I'm going, what did you do? What did you do? And
well,
I'm always, because I ran.
Well, they made too many of them because nobody was buying the EV, so they had to do something with them.
Well, that's true.
That's what you keep saying about the bus, the Volkswagen bus.
ID Buzz.
Just buzz. Just take that buzz, take the body off, and put it on an ICE vehicle, and you'll sell the heck
They'll
out of it.
sell every one of them.
Yeah. So I think that's what Honda did. We made too many for the EVs. We'll just pack the body on top of an ICE vehicle.
You take a look at their line of vehicles, and I've been a big Honda fan.
Oh, yeah.
I ran 3 Honda dealerships.
It doesn't take away the quality of their vehicle.
No.
Let's start there.
Yeah,
we don't want to run down Honda and the value of its quality, but we're just talking about how disappointing
the aesthetics.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I'm still, when you look at residuals, which I look at first, and you look at the residuals on the Hondas, it's as good as anybody out there. In fact, some have been the Honda CRV has surpassed everybody in the marketplace year after year after year after year for residuals, unless manufacturers enhance. But a consistent, steady residual, you know, Honda's right there at the top. And I've had the Passport, I've had the Pilot. Let's see, we've had the Accords, we've had the Civics in our family, and we're a big Honda family for a long time. And when they changed that front end, I went, what did you just do?
I've had a lot of Hondas in my life too, and I still believe in them.
And I ride them too. I'm like, look, y'all need to go back to that style that really separated Honda from everybody else, because your internals are as good as it gets.
Right.
Your residuals as good as it gets.
Time for commercial break.
Cost of ownership as good as it gets. Just change that front
end.
But
it's like, and you always say, and I know you are, you go like, I look at the style.
Yeah.
That's what grabs you.
Yeah.
And then you go with the other, quality. But yeah, and a lot of people do. If it's not a good looking style, they'll kind of turn their back on it.
Yeah. Let's take a quick break. 214-787-1190. It's the Automotive Edge Radio Show today. Live, Burleson Nissan. Come see us. We'll be right back.
Okay, what happened here? Oh, I'm just not on the internet. Could be the reason.
Morning, Jim Wagner.
Set up again. I may need to raise that camera a little bit. I think I'm cutting your hat off.
You're cutting what?
Your hat off.
I'm seeing 100%.
Well, right now, because you're leaning down, but when you lay back, let's see what you get. Now, here it looks good. Let's see what we get here.
Let's get over here.
On the phone?
Yeah.
You see it already?
Yeah.
All right, I haven't got there yet for some reason. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's good. I did fix it a little bit because it was doing that. Looks good. We're looking good today. Thanks, everybody, for being a part of our broadcast today and tuning in. And hope everybody did bring in the new year properly. We're kicking off live on location at Burleson Nissan in Burleson, Texas.
What is properly?
I think properly means that it was done correctly.
What does that mean? Well, you sound like a Democrat. Get to the point. What do you mean?
I want $1 million to answer that question, so I can give you a detailed rundown on that.
Didn't get drunk, didn't go to jail, didn't throw up.
That's kind of basically what it is, I guess. We brought it in. Although some people say, well, if you didn't do that, it wasn't done correctly. That's how you look at it, right? I can't imagine. They said that they expected over 1 million people down at the Times Square.
Yeah, they said 1.1 million is what they're saying.
I wonder how many people wet their pants out there in the middle waiting for that.
I've been down there before.
I know you have.
It ain't pretty.
I know. And cold, too.
Yeah.
Chilly, at least.
You know, I did it 1 year, and after that year, never did it again.
At least you said you did it, right?
Well, I did, but I was on the outskirts where there was a place to go.
Right, I got you.
But yeah, I can say that I did it, and I went, what have I done? Because I'm claustrophobic.
I wonder how many people have done it multiple times.
Oh, I got buddies that used to fly up there every freaking
to go
year to
do it.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Just
god.
to be part of it.
Man.
And it's not just there, because you got to look at all the feeder streets and everything
Right.
leading, because
I
you can't
know.
put a million people on Main
No,
Street.
they're all over the place.
But the ball raises up where you can see it from so many blocks.
Right,
I
I
mean,
got
it's
you.
just, and I forgot how many police and services were needed.
Oh, this year especially, they were talking about
the number was
everywhere.
incredible.
Yeah, it was
Absolutely incredible.
everywhere. Well, you have to
Yeah,
nowadays.
no purses, no.
Well, you have to nowadays, because all the nutcases are. Look what happened last year at in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Where that guy went down the street in a van, killed 14 people.
Yep.
I mean, you got 1 million people lined up. That's perfect for something to go wrong.
Yep.
It doesn't take
I've
much.
done the Thanksgiving Day parade, really cool. I've done the ball drop, really cool. I did one 4th of July, which was really cool. Because I got a lot of family up in New York.
Right, I know.
And got to hang out and drive in the city. We got a hotel. You have to book it a year in advance just to get it. And hung out down there, and it's a different deal. Totally different deal.
Good morning, Linda Davis. Hope you have a very good 2026. I know 2025 was a little rough for you, but I know this year will be a good one. So thank you for tuning in. We're rocking it this morning.
Two 214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. It's the Automotive Ed Radio Show, helping you with all your automotive needs today. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop, we are here to help. The place today, Burleson Nissan, 35 in Renfro Road. Just go to the website. When you're looking at the Nissan Versa 19433, you have the, I wish his computer would not move that fast. You have a Nissan Kicks, 23112. 23112 for Nissan Kicks. An Ultimate, 23999. Get this, a Sentra, 19721. When you start doing the math on these, and the average used car that I helped with, and we had just an incredible month in December, people contacting me. A lot of people were upset when they would tell me how much money they had, and I told them what that would buy. There was a lot of people upset. But I found out in talking to them, and Bo and I were talking about this prior to the show, was how long these people own their cars, how long they've been out of the marketplace.
And so they're out of touch. Same thing about when you, if you've not been to a baseball game or a football game in about 10, 12 years, and you think you can
order a burger,
and you go out there and you think parking's going to be $5 and it's 50, and you realize when you get in there they don't take cash anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, everything has changed in a short period of time, and that's happened here too.
Yeah, we're at the Ravens game. Took my grandson to his first game, and my son goes, and I handed my credit card. I said, "Here, you're going to need it." And he goes, "I got it." And he goes, "Dad, that hamburger was $25."
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. On a good day.
Yeah. So, and that's what they're thinking about the automobile business. They might think that it's gone up a little.
Yeah.
But not to the degree that they're going to notice, and they can't accept it. They can't, their mind won't grasp it.
You know what? There was a lot of people that I talked to, and when I asked them what they were currently driving, most of them, their car was in the early teens, 13, 14, 15 model cars. And they would say, I had a lot of people, I don't know why that $13,000 was a big deal this year. A lot of people going, "Hey, I got around 13,000."
So that seemed to be like what you were hearing them throwing out.
Yeah.
Well, the reason they're doing that is because they've added a little bit what we used to think $10,000 cars would buy you.
Yeah.
So they figure, okay, 10, 12, 15 years ago, 10,000 buy you a decent used vehicle. So I'll just say I got 13 now. And to find out that's not what they're thinking is a real shock, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'd send them a list of cars, and I had one guy come back and he goes, "Are you nuts?" And I went, "No, sir, I'm not nuts." And I said, I sent you a list of cars, and that's what you're going to get for $13,000. He goes, "I think I got this on my own." Well, a day later, he called me. He goes, "Hey, can you help me out?" And he goes, I just can't believe what's going on. I said, "We know a lot of people can't. It's a different time." But here's the thing. I keep getting asked the question, why? why are used cars so expensive? And it's a very simple answer. Because new cars are expensive.
Right. And
So if new cars, the average new car being sold right now is just a hair under $50,000 across the board. That's bringing everything together except for your supercars. I'm going, guys, think about this.
And it's also
gals.
supply and demand.
Well, on certain cars.
Yeah, okay.
Right now there's like 2.3 million new cars available for sale.
Okay, right.
But if you back up a couple of years, supply and demand, was
real bad.
Yeah, you just paid. It was like negotiating houses, who's going to come up with the highest bid. But I would tell people, look at the average pickup truck. You know what the average pickup truck sells for?
Probably about 45,000.
Very good. 45,000. Just saying 45,000. So let's say that it depreciates 50% in 3 years. What are you going to get? You're going to get a 5-year-old truck with north of 75,000 miles on it. And people just can't,
if you're lucky in this
and
area.
They're going, man, well, I'm just going to hold off. And I'm like, I get it.
Yeah. And that's what I was talking about supply and demand, is that they're not getting rid of those vehicles as often as they used to.
On the used car, you're 100% right.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
About why the prices are high as well. Not only because the new are high, but because
we don't have the amount of used cars we need.
That too. So it's a combination of the two that makes these used vehicles or pre-owned vehicles high. And, and the quality is still good. We've talked about that too, that back in the day, I think you could really notice a difference between a car that was like brand new or 3 or 4 years old.
Oh, 100%.
There was a real big difference. That's the look of it, design, all these things. I mean, it just looked like a 3 or 4 year old car. Well, you don't get that now.
Right.
I mean, you get these vehicles that are 3 or 4 or 5 years old. They look brand new if they've been taken care of, and the quality of them are just probably as good.
Well, to your point, also, when there was a big model change, the value dropped in the old body style.
That's right.
It doesn't happen anymore.
And that's because they used to change the body styles pretty drastically a lot, but they're not doing that nowadays.
Yeah. And even if they did, because of the lack of used cars in the marketplace, it doesn't hurt them like it used to.
Right.
I'll never forget when I was working for Dave McDavid Honda. I love Mr. McDavid. What a great owner he was.
Didn't he fire you?
He did.
I thought I'd throw that in and make that clear.
Yeah, but
how much you loved him.
Yeah, but he called me up and apologized because
I know the story.
A false claim against me.
Right.
And then he called me up, and I was already down the road, running another dealership. He goes, "Hey, I just found out that was all fraud." And I went, "You know what? No harm, no foul."
Right.
We're still good buddies. But I remember when Honda changed and rounded off the front and the back end of the car, and they had a color called cashmere, and they had this green. And everybody wanted them, and so they were coming in. But you know what's different? The consumers would come into the dealership, and you know what they would say? "I got the old body style. How bad is it?"
Oh, really?
And they knew.
They knew that.
How much a hit am I going to take? I've got the old body style.
And they were only talking about the body style, not even the quality. The quality of the vehicle. They could have had 20,000 miles on it and tip top, as you said, no pick vehicle, and already knowing they're going to get hit body wise.
And I'd say about $3,000. They're like, "Wow!" And I went,
"That's what it is, right?" But you don't see that now.
Now, you know what? I've seen some bucket of bolts pull up, and I'll give you a great example. I looked at a vehicle the other day, and I said $14,500. That's all the money that I would put in it.
Right.
This guy called me up and he goes, "Kurt, I think I caught you sleeping." He caught me sleeping. He goes, "Yeah." He said, "I sold that vehicle for $16,600." I said, "Wait a minute, whoa. Did you get that? What they showed you on a trade-in value?" And he sent me the deal, and I'm like, "What a great thing!" You know what? There's a butt for every seat. And it's what they're willing to pay to put their butt in that seat.
Well, the way I look at it, it was a good thing anyway, because he got more than what you thought he would get, which is much better than him getting less than what you thought he'd get. I mean, it's always better to get the positive. And I know you're pretty right on with a lot of these quotes that you do, especially if they're telling you and honest with what the quality of the vehicle is. you're pretty right on. And most of the time, to be honest with you, a lot of the stories you tell me, that a lot of people do get more than what you tell them.
1 minute to commercial.
They go like, hey, this car's got a little more into it.
Well, here's where the consumers are getting more, and we'll talk about, because it's a big number, and they go, well, hey, I got a much larger number, but I'm going to tell you what that number is, and I get it, but it has nothing to do with the appraisal. When we get back here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show on 1190 KFXR, part of the iHeartMedia Network, we'll be right back.
Write that down so we don't forget to come back to that. You hear me?
Yep.
All right. Ronnie Swain, what's up, buddy? Things going good? Did you hear me tell you a while ago that I kind of looked up some of the deaths that happened in 2025, and I was shocked. I'd forgotten some of them.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll do this while we're on the break so we don't bore people with everybody's deaths. But the great Bridget Bardot.
Oh, I know.
What a gorgeous,
wow,
beautiful lady back in the 60s, I guess, 70s.
Yeah. We had Natalie Wood, Bridget Bardot, Sophia Loren. Back then, those women were just stunning and natural.
There was a
they weren't all made up or nothing. They just naturally.
There was a bunch of them.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yeah, there was some that I didn't even know. Some that
a lot
passed. I was like, wow.
Yeah, there's some entertainers and stuff that I couldn't even pronounce their names. Of course, Rob Reiner, who was killed by his son.
It was sad.
I don't know, what a terrible thing.
I'm going to tell you what, I was watching.
I know my son probably like to kill me a few times, but I hope he never pulls it off.
I was watching some old Archie Bunker where they were showing Reiner, and I'm going to tell you what Archie Bunker said they could never do it today.
Are you kidding me? I'm surprised he got away with it back then. Dick Cheney.
Yeah.
Former vice president under Bush. Let's see. I got some more here. Just Diane Ladd. You remember her?
Oh, yeah.
She was in a bunch of great movies and stuff. Let's see who else. I don't know who that is. Working on it. June Lockhart.
Yeah.
Lassie's mother.
Yeah.
So did the
remember another show she was in?
Oh, The Martian.
Lost in Space.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I thought it was The Martian. You sure? Yeah, Lost in Space. You're right.
Wow.
Well, I know that. I thought it was The Martian. And Ace Frehley, that guitar player for Kiss.
Yep.
Let's see who else. Running right along. I don't know who that was. Don't know who that. D'Angelo, if you're a rapper.
I don't know who that is.
Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah. Larry might know. Diane Keaton.
Yeah.
She was in so many movies, and what a great actress.
Yep. I liked her.
Oh, I did too.
We did lose her last year, right?
Yeah. I'm reading off people that did pass.
Have you heard of D'Angelo?
Yeah, the singer. Yep.
Huh. He passed too. I don't know if you knew that.
You know, it's amazing. There's a lot of people, I don't know their name, but then you hear a song, you're like, oh my gosh. I watched the induction in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There were so many people I had no earthly idea who they were. But man, they had some cool music.
Yeah.
I missed it 2025.
Yeah, they had Cyndi Lauper. She's 78.
I love Cyndi Lauper.
And let me tell you what, her face has been stretched to all ends of the earth, but it didn't look like her eyes
probably
were
some
open.
Other areas too, but that's another story.
But let me tell you what, she got out there and sang with Salt and Pepper. I got to tell you what, she killed it. She killed it.
A lot of the older
and Salt and Pepper, I got to tell you what, they rocked it.
Yeah, I bet. Robert Redford, how about that?
Yep.
He's gone. Let's see who else.
We're going live in 5 seconds.
Armani, We got
Yeah, Giorgio Armani.
we'll
You know,
get-
they told Giorgio Armani when he started out, you've got some of the best product. We just don't want your name on it. We're not going to sell it for you.
wow.
Yeah, and he's like, really? I'm putting my name on it. He went a different direction. His company's worth $17
Wow, no telling.
billion.
Ronnie Swain says, by the way, I'm still alive down in Galveston Island. How about that? That's pretty
Good morning,
sweet.
Carol Sanders. Ronnie Swain.
Covering Galveston for us. You need to have him give us a call and give us a report what's happening down there.
Give us a wave report.
Yeah, the down on the Gulf of America. Let us know what's
There you
shaking
go.
down there.
214-787-1190. Hey, if you're looking for a Chevy truck, go no further. Make the drive. Take no detours. Eldorado Chevrolet, 380 and 75. Today is the last day. Get this, up to $18,000 off a Chevy Silverado. You've got negative equity. You've got shortfall. You don't want to put any money down. You want to finance the whole note. You want to drive off the lot in a positive situation. Eldorado Chevrolet, 380 and 75. And it's not one. They got a bunch up to $18,000 off. $7,000 off any Colorado in stock. And that's their off-road, the ZR2s, every Colorado in stock. And these are 2026s. These are not leftovers. These are brand spanking new, up-to-date, the year 2026 models. 9-time Chevy Dealer of the Year. My buddy Jason Long, Rusty McDonald, Justin Griffin, Jazz Gill, Mark Welch is the management team there to make sure that your Chevy needs are covered. And when it comes to electric, I got to tell you what, their Chevy Equinox, you know, everybody's talking about how electric's dying out. The Chevy Equinox is not. It's doing really, really well. And then it comes down to people. When you have 9-time Chevy Dealer of the Year, well, that's the place to go buy your new Chevrolet. Log on right now, EldoradoChevy.com. That's EldoradoChevy.com. 9-time Chevy Dealer of the Year, up to $18,000 off a brand new Chevy Silverado. Let them know you're listening to the Automotive Edge Radio Show and enjoy your experience at EldoradoChevy.com. So,
and happy 53rd anniversary to Ronnie Swain and his lovely wife Sharon.
Yeah.
That's why they're in Galveston.
happy anniversary, Ronnie and Sharon.
Yeah, super.
Yep. So,
Back to what you were talking about.
the trade-in value. So I had one guy call me the other day, and he goes, "Hey, I appreciate your bid, but I got 17.8 for the vehicle, which was way more than what I told him." But he goes, I said, "You know what you're not counting?" And he goes, "You know, I get a lot of people telling me I should sharpen my pencil, I should get better numbers, I should spend a little more time researching."
Well, he's left-handed, so it takes him a little longer to make do the writing.
Okay, we'll play along. So here's the thing: what you're not seeing or getting, maybe, is that you're getting the additional 6.25% of tax savings, and they're showing.
Oh,
you
that's
that.
right.
Okay, so I'm gonna do some math here for you. I'm a little slow this morning. I did not have a good night's sleep. I can never sleep before I do the show. So you have a $25,000 vehicle. And if you times that, 6,125 equals, so you're actually getting 26.5
Because of
for
the
the vehicle,
tax.
for the tax
If they trade it,
That's correct.
not if you sell it.
Right.
Like if they buy it from you, you're not getting that. But if you trade it, then because of the tax difference, that's the plus side for you.
Right. So people are going, well, I picked up another 1,500. I picked up another 2,000. And on the buyer's order, it shows with tax savings, which is fine.
Sure.
And I'm not,
At least you know.
The one guy, he bought a very expensive vehicle. It was, 50 grand. Then you do 6.25% on his truck was worth 52. He goes, buddy, this thing came out $3,000 higher. And I went, well, hang on a sec. He looked at the buyer's order. He goes, oh, got it. And because they're showing you with tax savings.
Well, tomato, it's still, money towards.
It's still money.
It's
No
still
doubt about
towards
it.
your health.
It's got nothing to do with the actual appraisal of the car. You're paying taxes on the difference.
Right.
And so what you're saving on taxes, they'll show you, which is, it's your money. But it doesn't, tax savings does not affect trade-in value, but when you see it on paper, you're like, wow. And so anyway, he called me up and goes, I owe you lunch. I said, why? He goes, I was kind of hard on you, telling you didn't know what you were doing. And I said, all right. So
that's all right.
yeah, we're meeting at Tajin next week.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll take a little shrimp dinner.
No doubt. There you go.
Can't take no money. I'll take some food.
Supposedly Cajun food in Texas. That's why it's called Cajun.
That's right. So anyway, that's the difference when I'm appraising a vehicle and you get a number and it's higher, but it still could be higher. I appraised a.
Also, a lot of people are not, they can be dishonest about how their vehicle is, and some people can be too honest, and they may say, well, I think my vehicle's a 4, and you're basing it on that, and they go to trade it and it's a 5.
Yeah.
In other words, it's different. Kurt can only go by what you're describing your vehicle.
Yep.
It's part of the estimate. So
yep.
If you get more than what he says, hallelujah, praise the Lord, and pass the biscuits.
Well, here's the thing. When you travel around to different dealers, let's say that, example, we bid one here in the big city. The guy wasn't real happy with it. He went further out, and he went and saw a buddy of mine down there in Ennis, and he put almost $2,000 more in the truck. Well, he already had a buyer set up.
I got you.
He brought in a 3/4 ton diesel, blah, blah, blah. He picks up the phone. Hey, Bo, I just got in this vehicle right here, and I can sell it to you if you want to do it, because I'm going to trade for it if you want the vehicle for this. Done. So he goes out and tells me, hey, congratulations. I'm giving you. And so everybody bid the truck at 34. And so he comes down and he goes, I'll give you 36 right now for the vehicle.
It happens.
Yeah. And so PMA has a lot to do with it. And PMA is penetrated marketed area, is that when you go further out and they're not getting in all the trades and you happen to pull up with a nice trade in, they're going to put money in it. They are not going to let you leave with that vehicle if there's a way. And so
but it doesn't necessarily mean you're getting a good deal on the new one either when you're that far out. Like they advertise.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Hey, come out here 1,000 miles and we'll get out here in the sticks.
We'll beat any deal.
I don't think that's quite right, is it?
No, people say,
because
we have a smaller market. Here's the thing. At Big Wheels Bowes, buy here, pay here, and Kurt Chase's lot, we pay the same for a new car.
Right.
So he gets Nissans in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and I get them in Austin, Texas. Other than delivery, we're paying the same thing for the car. So they don't say, okay, because Bo sold 300 last month and Kurt sold 500, we're going to discount the cars. It doesn't work that way. Invoice is invoice. Destination and handling will be the only difference on the automobile. The thing about it is that trade-ins are worth more in certain places than others.
Depending on the vehicle, too.
Yeah, it's different in the big city because Justin Crane, who's the one of the owners here, if he has a car that comes on his lot and he can sell it on a pre-owned car, he's going to grab every pre-owned car that he can. When I was running dealerships and I was up in Denton, and we had a Toyota Dodge dealership on the same showroom floor, kind of odd, but it worked. And I would get a BMW. Well, I knew up on Highway 380 in Bonnie Bray that I was not going to have a lot of people shopping me for BMW.
Right.
And we didn't have all the internet sources where people could just plug it in and go, wow, Kurt's
right.
And I was running Jim McNabb Toyota Dodge and say that I had this. Okay, so I would pick up the phone and I would call BMW, my buddy Larry Patton over at Classic BMW, and I say, hey, Larry, I've got this, whatever. And he goes, okay, here's my buy bid. I'd go back to the consumer and say, hey, the BMW is not for me, but I didn't want to, put not enough money into it to get your business. So I got a buy bid to get all the money now where you're looking to trade. Well, they don't do that anymore. Everybody's taking every possible trade in because, the dealers would love a 60, 70-day supply of pre-owned cars. Well, right now it's about 40, 45. And when you think about that, that only leaves them 15 days into the next month of a car supply where they'd like to have a 60-day where every 30 days, they're turning inventory and they have fresh inventory for the next 30 days. a lot of people, we don't, as a consumer, we don't know, nor do we really care. But
Well,
that's the way things work.
Well, in pre-owned vehicles, sold 3-1 to new.
Oh yeah,
So the dealers definitely want those
Oh, yeah.
pre-owned vehicles.
no doubt.
And if they're coming up short, like we've talked about a lot over the last year, they're grabbing them.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, it don't matter
Yeah.
unless even if it's taking it off to be crushed.
Yeah, they'll
It's-
even take a few Saabs and
Yeah.
Fiats if they need to.
Yeah, so it's a new age about that kind of stuff, just because of the lack of availability for these pre-owned vehicles. That's just the bottom line. That's
Well,
what it boils down to.
I always had a bunch of wholesalers that I could call up, Mark
Sure.
Diamond and Gary, and
Yeah, that had car lots, that had the little smaller, what
Yeah.
you call the
wholesale lots,
wholesale type lots. And
buy
they-
here, pay here, whatever it is.
They would buy them. That's what they stocked their little dealers, their little car lots with.
Well, you'd actually walk out to the consumer and tell the consumer, "Hey, Bo, look, I don't have a market for that car."
Right.
And back then, people took it differently. They didn't go, "Okay, well, I'll just go somewhere else." And I'm going, but hang on a second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a few phone calls. I want to maximize the money.
Right.
I'm going to find another buyer, but I'm going to run it through here so we can get your tax savings on the car. They were fine with that.
Right.
Nowadays, that just don't happen. When
No.
you got CarMax and Carvana
Right.
and all,
Correct.
you're not letting that trade go anywhere.
No.
You're going to put all the money that you can to keep that
Yes,
trade
sir.
in-house. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Quick break. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
So were you shocked with some of the playoff games this past week? I mean, Texas Tech, that's supposed to be high-powered offense where they scored 3 points, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well, how about
Oklahoma,
Ole Miss?
they took care of business, huh?
But now, I tell you what, it came down to overtime in the last
No, that was good to watch.
against Georgia.
Yeah. And I believe that Indiana team's for real.
Oh, they are for
I
real.
think they are for real.
And you know what's funny? That coach puts on such a show.
Yeah.
He's got that scowl and look. Here they're blowing him out.
Yeah, I'm still
and,
not
and
happy.
it's what a show. I'm like, buddy, come on,
Still
come
not
on.
happy.
And then the interview afterwards, he's still all I'm like, stop it.
We still got another 2 games. So
I'm not celebrating nothing.
But he's got that team running at high octane, man, and that
He
quarterback's the real deal. In fact, he won the Heisman, and that kid's going to be a high pick in the NFL. So good for him. And his mom battles MS. She's in a wheelchair. Do you know that?
What?
Mendoza's mother, the quarterback for Indiana. Yeah, he says that she is a real high motivator for him. How she battles that, and yeah, it's a pretty sweet story. On top of him being good, so
Well, the kicker is he an NFL quarterback?
well that happens to a lot of them. I mean, look at what happened to
There's a bunch of busts in the NFL.
Tebow. I mean, he was a dynamite quarterback in college, and then went to the NFL and just.
Yeah,
I think he was kind of marked because he was a follower of Jesus. And
I didn't have nothing to do with it.
you don't think?
No, he just
Well,
wasn't-
nowadays they don't have.
he
a
just
problem.
wasn't NFL material.
Well, I don't think they knew what to do with him because they tried him at running back too. Remember that?
A tight end
Or tight end or
yeah.
something. I think they just.
Well, he's left-handed. A lot of people don't like
Well,
left-handed
there you go.
quarterbacks.
Yeah. Well, it didn't hurt. What's his face for Steelers? Did
Yep.
it?
Well, it's what is it? Less than 1% of all college guys are going to go to the NFL and make a career.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the numbers are low.
We
low.
have seen a lot of even Heisman Trophy winners that don't make it.
Well, look at how many teams draft a quarterback and they go right down the toilet, but then they turn around and join another team and they're a hero.
Well,
I mean, look at the quarterback of
Baker Mayfield's a good example of that. He went to, was it Cleveland or one of those he went to? And Cleveland is the kiss of death. You go there.
Yeah, but he's kind of stinking it up at Tampa Bay too. But you look at Caleb Williams. He goes to
Yeah.
the Redskins, and then up to doesn't do anything, and they
Right.
figure, okay, he's done. He's up there in Chicago. They're going playoffs.
Yeah.
So every team has different offenses, different setups, and you just got to make sure you get the right fit.
Well,
coming
I
out of college.
also think it's experience. Back in the day when you were drafted, you never played your first year.
No.
Remember those days?
Oh, 100%.
I mean, you sometimes like 2 or 3 years.
Well, look how long Dak stayed behind Romo.
That.
And Romo.
Behind whoever we had at the time.
Yeah.
5 others. But anyway.
But you look at it, you can name a lot of the Cowboys because you had Eddie LeBaron, then you had Dandy Don Meredith, and then you had Roger Staubach,
Danny
White.
Danny White, I meant.
But then you turn around, you had Babe Laufenberg, Doug Plur.
Just went downhill.
Oh, yeah. Vinny Testaverde when Meathead Parcells got here, and you're just going down the list. And you even had, what's his name?
Came from Minnesota.
Jason Garrett.
Yeah. He was a backup most of the time, though. But, we had a boatload of them for a while.
Man, ran them through the ringer.
But what I'm saying is that back in the day, they didn't come in and start right away. Now they're expecting them to do that. They want you to. Yeah,
because they knew that there were going to be a franchise quarterback, and they, unless they came from another team.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
you prepared them.
Caleb might have had a couple of years to get kind of in. They get rid of him. Now he's, on a trail of good success.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. It's the Automotive Ed Radio Show today live. And I'm telling you, make your deals today. They've extended all of the incentives for almost every manufacturer because of the way the holidays fell. Don't miss out. I'm telling you right now, you got 4 different vehicles under $25,000 brand spanking new here at Burleson Nissan, 35 and Renfro Road. We're going to be here to the noon hour. Come on out and meet Justin Crane and his staff and save your money. Save your money. This is the time. Going into Q1, I don't know. I can't see things with this big of a discount because they've really, really pumped out a lot of inventory. When I was talking to everybody around town, not only sponsored but non-sponsors, they were moving a lot of iron off the lots, a lot, brand new. The used car market, depending on where they were, CPO, certified pre-owned, did really, really well. And then your high mileage, $10,000 to $15,000 cars were off the charts this month. But on the pickup trucks, when you start looking at, Grapevine Dodge, $19,000 off a 3/4 ton vehicle, I bet they don't have many left. Eldorado Chevrolet up to $18,000 off a Chevy Silverado. The Ford trucks, $10,000, $12,000 off sticker. You look at classic Buick GMC, my buddy Jermaine Pearson. I got 2 guys going over to buy AT4s. And on some of his pickup trucks, $12,500 off. We've never seen that on a GMC pickup truck. So when you have inventory moving this quick, and that's one of the few lines of products that you can have a massive discount and it doesn't hurt your resale. Never before in the history of the United States, and they're doing a great job of it. So if you want help with that, go to theautomotiveedge.com. That's theautomotiveedge.com. Click on Ask Kurt. Send me your name and phone number, and let me go to work for you, because I'm going to tell you, this next week, there's going to be so much reconditioning because of how many cars were traded in, and there's going to be a great opportunity to acquire some great pre-owned vehicles. I was blown away when I was with a couple of the dealers this last week and going back to looking at all the cars that they were waiting to get into reconditioning because the paperwork wasn't completed. We have what we call contracts in transit. They want the deal booked and sealed and done and money in the bank, and then they send the car in for reconditioning. And so all that has to be taken care of because the dealer doesn't want to send a car into reconditioning and then the deal get unwound and they put all that money in the car and then they got to give the car back. So there's thousands of cars going through reconditioning this next week, and it's going to be a great opportunity to jump. If you're a pre-owned buyer, to jump on some really, really nice pre-owned vehicles.
Plus, it's, the time we're right before the kiddos go back to school, the college kids and all that. I mean, it's the timing is right too for that.
It's kind of weird. A lot of people I'm talking about, they're going back on like anywhere from the 12th to the 16th.
Yeah, January. It's late. It's late.
And so they're out shopping. I'm telling a lot of them, hold on to this next week.
It's late January before Graham's going back.
And I'm going to be at these car dealerships every day next week, going through
seeing what they got
inventory, and there's some smoking deals out there. But for new, don't let today pass you by. It's gonna be 70 degrees today, sunshiny. Get out.
It's gonna be nice all week. There's one day I get a little
the
cool.
pre-owned. I mean, the brand new vehicles, the discounts, prices we've never seen before, ever.
Also, I want to invite everyone to join the Automotive Edge YouTube page and subscribe to that channel. We are rocking and rolling on there now with a lot of videos. We're live there now with our live stream, as well as on Facebook, the Automotive Edge and Shifting Gears, my personal page, Kurt's personal page. We're there on Facebook, but also LinkedIn. But YouTube, there's extra videos going on there where we ride and drives and a lot of different information that are short videos.
Some educational ones.
And a lot going on there. And it's been really happening over the last couple of months, and it's going to get even more so over this year. And would like for you to subscribe so that it'll help boost the views of that channel. We're trying to help people, and that's what it's all about, helping people understand what's happening in the car business. Like we're talking about how people have lost track of the changes and all that, and everything from A to Z, just whatever. And they're short videos to help you get more educated about the automobile life and the business. So would you mind doing that? And the way you do that is go to youtube.com/@the Automotive Edge. Simple, easy peasy. Or if you're on YouTube, then you have to search the Automotive Edge radio show. It's kind of weird how that works, but that's how you find it, the actual page channel.
Time for commercial.
And help us get it going and rocking with that.
There we go. We're going to take a quick break, top of the hour. When we get back, we got a whole lot more information to get you.
Whole lot of loving going on.
Got some good automotive jokes.
Oh, boy.
And a reflection on 2025 here on the Automotive Edge radio show on 1190 KFXR, part of the iHeartMedia Network. Be right back. Good morning to my lovely wife.
Well, hello and good morning, Melinda. Happy New Year. And I hope you survive 2026 with Kurt this year.
A lot of people are saying that. I had a buddy ask me the other day, he goes, she's still with you? I don't know why, but she is.
Well, she's got a brand new, beautiful vehicle in the garage. It helps. It helps.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's see. Roberta Flack, she was another one we lost in.
Yeah, great music.
Oh, what a
great
talent.
music.
Very talented. There's some more in here. Let me get to that. If you just joined us here on our social media pages, we talked about the loss of some really dynamite people last year. And if you know some, that Charlie Kirk, what a horrible death that was. People are just losing their minds.
God, could you imagine being the defense lawyer for someone like that?
And the guy's sitting there with a smirk on his face. He's not sorry about anything.
Yeah, I don't want cameras in here. I don't want to wear street clothes. I don't want buddy. Well,
it's craziness out there, what's going on. But we lost him. Got to go all the way down here. We talked about June Lockhart, but I think we lost Timmy from Lassie too.
Yep.
So both of those from Lassie are gone. Were you a Lassie fan?
Oh, well, who wasn't?
Had to have to like Lassie.
There was another dog show. I remember Rin Tin Tin.
Oh, yeah. Boy, you're really going back.
Yeah, it was pre-Lassie.
Then there was a horse show called My Friend Flicka. Remember that?
And then remember Mr. Ed?
Oh,
horse is a horse.
I love that show. I don't know why, but they
Well, Bird.
they could make that really funny for some
I
reason.
love that show.
We talked about Robert Redford, one of the all-time greats, gone. Let's see, Armani. We talked about him.
Giorgio Armani.
Yeah. Let's see, got more coming. Hang on, and it's just amazing. James Lovell, who was one of the astronauts for Apollo 8.
Yeah, we lost Brian. What's his last name from the Beach Boys?
Oh yeah, Wilson.
Brian Wilson.
He was one of the ones and Lonnie Anderson.
No way. Lonnie passed?
Yeah. August 3rd, 2025, passed away.
Wow.
2 days. She was born August 5th, 45. So she was
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Boy,
was her big show.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a hot commodity at that time for sure.
Remember when she married Burt?
Burt Reynolds?
Yep.
Yeah, he passed a couple of years ago, didn't he?
Yeah, he passed.
And Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Remember that one? That was a surprise.
Yep.
He passed.
Well, when I saw him at those car shows, walking around on that cane, he was broken.
When was that?
His body took a beating.
When was that?
He used to
because he did a deal with one of Trump's a couple of Trump's campaign or inaugural thing.
They never showed him walking up though. I mean,
okay.
He's in bad shape.
And of course, Ozzy Osbourne.
Yep.
That was and
you know they said he had bigger hits when he left Metallica.
Yeah.
And that song Mama.
No, he was Black Sabbath.
I mean Black Sabbath. He sang that song Mama, and there was a couple more, and they figured he was done. And what a talent! I mean, to listen to him talk and everything, you have no idea that he could sing the way he sang.
Nobody could understand what he said. He was no telling how.
Yeah.
But his wife took it really hard. She disappeared forever.
Yeah.
And that's a good love story there, isn't it?
Thick or thin.
Yeah,
she did a lot of the thick.
Yeah. You're surprised. And Chuck Mangione, I don't know if you knew him or not.
I can hear him playing that horn right now.
That flugelhorn.
Yeah.
And that was a shock. He had huge hits with that. Huge shit. Mm-hmm. Feels so good. Yeah, he was a New York kid.
Yeah.
But he wasn't in like Manhattan. He was like in.
I remember you had Herb Albert and the Tijuana Brass.
Oh, that goes way back.
You had Chuck Mangione come in after that, and then you had
a couple of sax players.
What's his name that played the clarinet?
Oh,
Eddie G. Or no,
Kenny G.
Kenny
but
G.
he plays a soprano sax.
Yeah, so I mean,
it looks like a clarinet.
They all came out, and none of them sang, just played music.
Right. Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yeah, he drowned.
I know. Wasn't that horrible?
I think he was trying to save somebody and drowned out.
They didn't
wherever he was.
Yeah. Yeah, that's horrible. Let's see who else.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Connie Francis.
Yeah, oh yeah, singer.
Way back.
Yeah. It's always tough when you're watching that memoriam on New Year's going, wow.
They show some of that? Did you see some of that?
Oh yeah.
It wakes you up a little bit. How about Dave Parker?
Yeah.
One of the all-time greats for the Pittsburgh Pirates. They called him the Cobra.
Yep. Well, Will's up there in Pittsburgh right now.
Yeah, he says it's 14 degrees or whatever. I told him. He said he was loving it. I called baloney on
He's
it.
a meathead. He ain't loving it.
No.
The greatest city in the world. No, it's not.
Well, it's a nice city, but
it is for him. All the vendors know him by name when you're walking down there. He buys more Pittsburgh Steelers junk than anyone I've ever seen. They all know him. Hey, remember? Oh, I remember you.
Of course.
Every year we get you to buy more junk.
Bobby Sherman and
like
a 60s wonder.
Oh, yeah.
Little one of those.
He was old heartthrob.
Yeah, one of those kind of guys.
Kind of like I used to be.
Yeah, you still are.
A heart attack.
And, of course, Brian Wilson. We just talked about that. What a musical genius that guy was.
Absolutely incredible.
Even in his wacky. A Sly Stone. Wow,
are you ready for this show?
Wow. Crazy. And I'll get back to Loretta Swit.
Huh?
Loretta Swit from
Yeah.
MASH. Man, it's terrible.
Hot Lips Houlihan.
Yes, she was. It was a great show. There it is. Joe's Italian Restaurant. Got a big 5-star amazing food just in Texas. Awesome.
Next day gone.
Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door. The blues won't haunt you anymore. Where the brave are brave and lovers soar. Come ride with me to the distant shore. She would hesitate
to drink down the garden gates.
I know what you're going to
Our way. Thanks for on the Automotive Ed Radio Show, bringing you 38 years of automotive experience, 22 years on air. And I want to thank one of our 22-year sponsor, Driver's Edge Auto Repair. Think about that. We've had a relationship with Driver's Edge Auto Repair for 22 years at the inception of the radio show. And at the time, Mike Daniels owned it. And we met. We had just a couple of car guys sitting there talking. He goes, I'm in. And he sold the company years ago to Sun Auto, and they have just been a great, great partner here for the Automotive Ed Radio Show. And I would just tell you, if you need an automotive repair and you don't, there's no need to winterize, definitely this year, no need to summarize, go to mydriversedge.com. That's mydriversedge.com. Download the coupons or pull them up on your phone. There's a barcode there where they can scan it and save your money. Right now, when you look at what they're doing on the oil changes and alignments and tire rotations, and speaking of tires, they'll match any deal around town. If not, they'll have a better price when you get there versus where you could be going to buy that vehicle, buy those tires. The place, mydriversedge.com, over 20 locations now in the DFW area and growing. Call and make your appointment. And here's the thing. If you're buying that pre-owned vehicle and you don't know how to look at a pre-owned car, with a lot of people don't, make your appointment. Do the $35 check-in before you buy it. They'll go headlight to taillight and tell you whether you got a good bucket of bolts or a bad bucket of bolts. And you'll know then whether to own that car or not. And then the things that they find wrong, they're great negotiating tools, and you bring it back and they're going to put a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty on that repair. The place, mydriversedge.com. That's mydriversedge.com. And be sure to let them know you're listening to the Automotive Ed Radio Show and download the coupons and save yourself some money. That's mydriversedge.com. All right. Did you make a resolution for 2026?
to be alive. I don't know if I had any control over that. And
you had a bed each day for a while.
Yeah. I don't do any of that.
I don't either.
I do want to sometimes think about bettering things or doing things a little different, but I'm not going to say, I'm going to start working out and I'm going to go 4 days a week.
You'll get your Parker Place back February 1st at the gym.
I wonder if anybody's even started yet. I'll wait till Monday.
They're packed.
They're still in the holiday season right now.
There's a Something Fitness over by our house. It's packed.
Well, that one that I told you about over there, that thing is like a Taj Mahal of workout.
Yeah, but it's like a singles bar.
What's wrong with that?
I walked in there to check it out, and I'm like, y'all are not working out.
That's an advertisement. What are you talking about?
I walked in, and the people that were walking in looked the same walking out. Hair all made up, makeup, outfits on they shouldn't be wearing to a gym in the first place.
Well, they have to go in there and do their, social media pictures and stuff.
I don't know what they're doing in there.
They
ain't working out.
Little videos of a couple of lists on the thing they posted on their sites. Yeah, it works good.
I walked in.
I need to do that.
I saw this one girl on a Stairmaster treadmill, whatever it was, and she was doing all this stuff getting on, and I'm talking to the guy who's giving me a tour of the place. Well, I said, what the heck is she doing? And then she puts a fan on it. I went, what? He goes, buddy, you'll see things here you never saw before. I said, what happened to remember the old gray sweats?
Oh, yeah.
And when you left, they were black from sweat.
Yeah.
What happened to that?
Bulky ones. Yeah. No, they go in there all tied it up and everything else. But it's over there in that fancy area. You know that.
I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the guys walking in. They look like they stuck their thumb in their mouth and blew air into their body, and they're walking there all swelled up before they even start working
And
out.
their arms are
Oh,
all
yeah,
like
their arms are
turned
all-
around.
Yeah, they have to turn sideways to get in the door. I went, really? You ain't that big a boy. I looked at the guy and he goes, what do you think? I said, this place is not for me. And even when you go to the gym, the guys were like keeping their hair in place, running down the court.
But see, that's why I wanted us to go together so we could be like Cheech and Chong of that, or the
Show up in our gray sweats
yeah,
and our high top
yeah,
tennis shoes.
they'd be talking about we'd be a hit there, man.
Oh my God.
Just look at these two.
Oh man. I just told him, I'm like, what do people do here? And he's just laughing. He goes, buddy, you made my day showing up. I'm like, I don't get it. I just don't.
Yeah.
They didn't come. That's what I liked about the old YMCA. It had a little bit of stink to it. You go into the locker room and it had a big stink to it, but they had soap on a rope.
Yeah. Well, this place, dude, it's like when we talk about the Taj Mahal of workout, they got everything plus. And
That's why I asked the guy. I said,
huge
how many of these people sitting in this little foo-foo bar with all the fruits and juice and everything even worked out? And he goes, probably most of them didn't
work out.
Yeah, they just show up like,
but
honey, I'm going to the gym.
But they got their workout stuff on, right?
Yeah, they're looking good. Ain't a drop of sweat on none of it. They can wear it every day.
I'm going to join that gym. I'm going to set that place.
I'm out.
I'm going to set it. I'm going to go
It's not
in there.
a gym.
I'm going to go in there and be like you talking about where just.
I don't know why at about 7 o'clock they just don't drop the disco ball and just open up.
Well,
a
it's
dance
close.
floor or
They probably do. You just don't know about it yet. You didn't join.
Yeah, I don't get it. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Let's see here. Let's talk about, I want to price out used cars for you real quick. Okay, I just want to price these out. So a lot of people that are listening or calling, I send this list out to a lot of people and they don't get it. And they call me up and say, are you kidding me? Well, no, I wouldn't kid you. I just want you to have a kind of an eye opener of what's going on. And so I'm going to run through this and I'm going to give you some tips as well as the pricing on what you can get, and just really pay attention when we get to the end here as I put kind of a qualifier on all this. If you're looking for a car under $10,000, I put the word beware next to it when I send it out to people. Beware. Beware what you're getting when someone says I have a really nice car under $10,000. Now, if it's your mom's or dad or grandma or grandpa or a neighbor that you know or friend that you know, different ball game. But in the open market, you're not going to get much of that bucket of bolts for $10,000. You're not.
What in your dealings with people, what do they think when they're not informed? What do they actually think they're getting for $10,000? What's their mindset there?
Well, they ask for
low mileage.
Hey, Bo, I was listening on the radio show. I got 10 grand. I'm looking for a nice car.
Like they saying like 5 years old, under
75,000 miles.
How much?
Under 75,000 miles, clean car. They do. They're very sincere about it.
Well, I asked the question, so that's heartbreaking, isn't it?
It is for them.
Yeah.
When you break it down. Let's go $10,000 to $15,000. I will tell you that those cars probably are going to need work. And I've always put that in parentheses, probably needs some work.
And what are you thinking mileage wise? 150?
Nah, when you get it close to 15,000, you can probably go 120,000 miles, 100 to 120,000 miles.
So they're there.
Yeah, they're a 100,000 mile car.
Okay.
$15,000 to $20,000 car, that puts you in a pretty good array of automobiles to look at.
3 or 4 years old, under 100,000.
No, it's going to be
4 or 5.
Yeah, you're going to be, let's go 2016 newer.
Of course, this all depends on what type of vehicle, but we're talking about in an average kind of thought process.
It's miles and condition.
Right.
Miles and condition. Now, I have people calling me going, hey, I found this example. 2008 had 42,000 miles on it. The price was really good.
Right.
Said, well, here's the thing that you're going to get with a 2008. Have you looked at the car? Spotless. phenomenal. So I look at the car. It was in Crum. So I looked at the car and I went, this is a nice car. Elderly person had it, wanted to get rid of it, wasn't going to drive anymore. And I said, well, here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to replace the tires. You're going to have to replace all the hoses and belts and the timing belt because all the polymer is gone. And you can see cracks in the belts. You can see cracks in the hoses. The tires, they were just worn out and by age.
Right.
And it almost looked like the original set of tires on it. And I said, all of that's going to have to be replaced. Windshield wiper blades. The molding around the windows is crumbling. So I looked at it, and the price was fantastic. And I looked around. I said, well, you're going to probably put about another $5,000 into this car. He goes, you are nuts. And I went, buddy, I'm telling you, if you took your finger, which don't do it, you can peel that molding around the windshield off. It's going to have to be replaced because the car was left outside undercover.
Right.
I mean, this is a nice car, though. I said, but if you put about $5,000 in it, this car is going to be around for a long time.
Well, they could also, if they wanted to get the vehicle, knowing that, they could still do that over a little time, not all at once.
Yeah.
Maybe the tires first, because that's one of the most important
I would
things.
do the tires, and then I would get those hoses and belts replaced immediately.
Yeah, a little bit later or close to it. Anyway.
And then, say, hey, you can hire a company to come out and reset the windshield and put new molding and everything on it. That's not expensive. The molding and stuff is not expensive. When you get into, the older cars and you have to put a timing belt on and new spark plugs and new hoses and belts, it's going to be, $2,500, $3,000 somewhere, depending on where you take it, who you use.
Right.
And then, a good set of tires, $1,000.
Right. So did they buy it?
They did.
We're good.
They bought it, and then we hooked him up, and he's doing exactly that. He put the tires on it, and he's doing hoses and belts. He doesn't have the money for the timing timing
I got
belt.
you. Like I was saying, which is cool.
Yeah, and so those cars are out there. But when you hit that 15 to 20,000, it really opens things up. There's a lot of really good pre-owned. There's a lot of good certified pre-owned out there when you get into that price range. And then anything over $20,000, it just opens up the floodgates of really good quality pre-owned automobiles. And
commercial break.
Now you're getting into new vehicles when you look at what they're doing here at Curtis and Nissan.
Then you're looking at deciding.
Yeah.
Should I buy this pre-owned or buy this new one?
Yeah.
And
if you can buy a new one less than the average pre-owned and you got a 3-year warranty on it,
why not?
Why wouldn't you?
And also people can even lease a new vehicle that they can't lease an old vehicle or a pre-owned vehicle, which even sets you in a better situation anyway.
100%. 214-787-1190 is the number. Quick break. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Jim Gibson, good morning. Charlie Davis, my
Jim
brother.
Gibson,
from
my
mother.
friend originally from Beaumont, Texas, graduated with my brother Ken.
Charlie, I think Charlie said he's going to retire this year.
He said he's working on it.
Charlie, I need a broken box. I need one of them broken boxes, Charlie. I do. Tell your beautiful wife, Tammy, we said hello. We need to do another pizza party and get everybody together to hang out. Yes, we do.
Well, it's about time, isn't it?
Yeah. Go over 3 barrels. God, what a pretty day.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little cooler tomorrow, though. I think one day it's cooler, but then it comes back up into the 70s again.
Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday said possible 20% chance.
There was
a
a little
bit of
rain.
We need it. I had to turn on my sprinklers.
Well, today's a little cooler. Tomorrow's a little cooler. Today's only going to be 64.
Yeah,
and 35 tonight. So
I still never opened my sunroof.
It'd be a good day to do it today.
Yep, yesterday I did have the windows down.
It goes all the way back too, doesn't it? Or is that
panoramic roof?
Yeah. Tomorrow is going to be 63. A little warmer at night, 47. But Monday, 72. Tuesday, 77. Wednesday, 75. Thursday, 74. Friday, 69. And I don't have next Saturday. But that's a tough January coming, isn't it?
Then we'll get hit with some blistering
February,
ice
they're
Mageddon
gonna
or
just
something.
Kill everybody.
Thank goodness the leaves have fallen.
Yeah, my trees are all. They don't know what's going on. One day they're starting to lose leaves. The next day they're starting to grow them. The next day they lose them. They don't know what's happening.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a scenario. I don't have any big trees in my yard. No, I cut them all down. Replanted little trees. The people up the street and definitely right next to me, they have the biggest oak trees. My yard gets covered in leaves, and the street does. And then where the water runs down, it blocks all that off. So I got my big old outdoor broom, and I pushed all the leaves to the corner. My wife thinks I need to pick them up. They ain't my leaves.
Well, so does your neighbors. That's more important. They're jumping you all over. Yep. What are you doing leaving those leaves right
I got
there?
my blower out, and look, I bagged up 10 huge bags of leaves.
And still had a bunch of it left.
My pool filled up a bunch with leaves. I mean, I couldn't pull them leaves out fast enough. I just dumping them over the fence. I don't care. I was dumping them.
Well, that's where they're coming from anyway.
And so, but I was dumping them on my property.
Oh, I got you.
In the front yard,
okay.
Where they'd blow away. And so anyway, I swept them all down there. And when they sit on that water and everything, it stinks.
And it gets slippery too.
Yeah. And so my wife goes, "Yeah, we should pick it up." I'm like, "She goes, just get that big shovel and I'll hold the bag." I'm like, not my deal.
Yeah, that's a lot of work dealing with those leaves, man.
But I got to tell you what, I have a blower, and it's mighty powerful, but it's got a cord.
You need a good electric one.
I'm getting a battery operated. Yeah. I've never bought a battery operated.
Oh, anything. You're gonna love it, dude. I've got a battery operated push lawnmower. It's fantastic.
A battery operated lawnmower.
I love it.
I'm not talking to you the rest of the show.
I have an EV lawnmower. But I love it, man. It's so easy. You put that battery in and go, and I have it.
Well, Happy New Year. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show. This segment brought to you by Freeman Toyota, where you get more and pay nothing. Dane Miner, General Manager, says, "You know what? I'm going to tell people how much I love them buying my Toyotas. Coming to my dealership here at 820 183, about a block south of the Northeast Mall. 7-year, 100,000-mile service contract. 7-year, 100,000-mile service contract. You ain't paying anything. You talking about wanting your business. If it's a Toyota, it's Freeman Toyota, located on the affordable side of the Metroplex. When we say affordable, they mean it, because you get so much more and you pay nothing. And then he's going to throw in another oil change and tire rotation after your 2 years of Toyota care is over. Why go anywhere else? And you know what? You don't get all the crazy addendums and upcharges and this and that. You just don't. I've known Dane Miner for 42 years. I've known BJ for over 20 years. Brandon, the finance director. Jerry Patterson, new car director. And I know these people well, and I know how they do business. If it's a Toyota, I'm telling you, head to the affordable side of the Metroplex. Freeman Toyota, 820 and 183, just a block south. And where you get more and pay nothing. No games or gimmicks. They don't add it in the price, secretly slip it in. It's just what you get. FreemanToyota.com. All right. So here's the thing. People ask me all the time, where's the best place to buy a car? Well, the best place to buy a car is one that you feel most comfortable with. And when it comes to pre-owned, that you get the car checked out. I saw so many bad cars the last 90 days, flood damage cars that have been wrecked and the consumer was not being told. There are a couple of dealerships out there where you can buy totally salvage title cars. Salvage title, bad titles. They're just cars that have been totally redone, rebuilt. Some of them that were totaled and repaired. Depending on who the insurance company was, I was surprised the car was total, but you see the damage report, you see the report going in, but it is a bad title. A total loss, salvage, whatever the case may be, on that automobile.
Now, how do they do that? Like, they kind of show that in a new title when they've redone that?
No, you can't issue it a new title.
Oh, so
a salvage title gets reassigned in your name as a salvage title.
That's what I'm talking. That's what they do. That's what I'm saying. It's the
Yeah.
original title, but when you get it retitled,
It's still salvage title,
then it
just in
stays
your name.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, none of that'll ever change. Once it's a salvage title, it stays a salvage title.
But I'll say they get the vehicle and it's all, totaled or whatever. And they buy that vehicle and they get the title. When they fix it and they then go to the county or whatever, they then issue that as a salvage title.
It's already been issued.
Oh, because it was wrecked.
Yes.
Oh, I get
Yeah,
that. That's what I'm asking.
That title is now listed as a salvage
Okay.
or total loss or
From the insurance company
That's
does that. Okay. So that's what I was trying to figure out. So
I sell you my car and it's a clean title.
Right.
It gets reissued to you as the salvage title.
right. If
But it's already in the system that is salvaged.
I
That
got
car had been totaled.
Okay.
Total loss.
that's what I was getting at, how they do that.
Yep. So I get a lot of people going, hey, this is a great deal on this car, but it's got a salvage title. And I'm going, get the car checked out.
It doesn't mean it's a horrible thing.
No, this
Let-
guy,
let's-
when you look
let's
at
talk
some of
about
there's
that.
two of them, and their lots are massive. I mean, these lots are
And they're all
gigantic.
have
Every
a
one of them
salvage
are
titles.
salvage title.
Okay.
Total loss, however they write the title up. They've been hit harder than Joe Frazier. Most of them. There's some of them that,
We
they
lost George Foreman
total them.
too.
Yep, they totaled them, and I was surprised at the total loss. And so you really got to go through these vehicles and take a look at them and see what's wrong with them. I'm not a buyer for them, and then you got to find out,
What happened with the frame bent or just the bodywork messed up or all
maybe,
these different
maybe the
things.
damage was more than the value of the car, or
Right. And
some insurance go 50%. Here in Texas, they go up to 100%.
right, I know.
You can actually buy the car back at whatever and get the check on the
Reboot it.
different. Yeah. So I stay away from those, but everybody has a budget. Everybody has a budget. So
But you need to know you really have to know some
Yeah,
eyeballs,
it's a
and you
com-
better know something. Or
Yeah,
know
and
somebody.
it's a total loss, and you got to get it insured. And what are they going to insure it for if it gets totaled again?
So how does the insurance company handle that? I mean-
Everybody's different. I've never called to go, hey, I'm buying a total loss car, but I've got a couple people in the insurance company that say, well, hey, it's when that car goes, we're going to insure you pretty much for what you do to somebody else. But other than that,
So you don't think you
that
get
ain't worth
gap
nothing.
insurance on that?
Yeah, that ain't going to help you. If you,
I got this salvage vehicle. I need gap insurance. On
yeah,
it.
getting it financed and getting it insured,
It could be a couple different
you're going to be
problems.
kind of surprised. But here's the thing: where can you go where you get accountability?
That's the other problem, right?
Accountability is a big thing. There's I get calls all the time. Hey, I was up there at Joe Bag of Donuts, buy and sell, and okay, great. Be careful.
Where's Joe Bag of Donuts going to be in 3 months
Yeah.
or less?
Or you show up and well, we fired him because all the
Yeah.
crooked stuff he was doing.
Yeah.
I mean,
We've heard about that too. haven't we?
I tell you, well, you look at the one kid. He bought a vehicle,
This story is incredible, folks.
and the salesman sold him his car
At this dealership,
at this dealership,
but he didn't sell it as his personal car. He sold it as that was a dealership
and
car.
the car got repossessed.
And the guy that sold it to him that worked for this dealership was behind on the notes or something. I don't know what the deal
So
was.
he took all the kids' money in cash,
Didn't pay the car off or
didn't
nothing.
pay the car off, and they came and got it. And luckily, there was a really nice dealer that stepped in and gave him a car
Yeah.
for the money he lost.
But the story was still the story.
yeah, you got to be really, really careful.
And you talked about somebody else that he was sitting in a restaurant and they pulled up and grabbed his vehicle and took off.
Yeah, they're sitting out on the patio having a nice, lovely dinner, and this wrecker pulls up, and those guys are quick.
Oh, no, they're very
He hooked that thing. He called the police. Hey, someone just stole my car. And they found out that this guy, a bunch of them were out renting cars and then printing bogus titles
and
and
selling
selling
them.
rental cars.
I didn't even own the second.
And the titles look really good for the average
Wow.
lay person that doesn't know what
You
to look
wouldn't
at.
know.
No. And so they found out, he paid the guy cash. They knocked on the door. No one's home. And they finally tracked the guy down. He had like a couple of hundred titles.
Wow.
And
We don't want this to happen to you. That's why we talk about it on the air, because those things exist
Yep.
and they've happened to a lot of people. So accountability, back to that, is what you're talking
or if you're
about.
buying a car from an individual, do you know that individual?
That's a big thing too.
Did you get the car checked out before you bought it? all the stories that came out. That guy that was selling his Hellcat, the guy showed up and paid him cash. They met out on the street, and then he's going down the highway and somebody bumps him.
Yep.
And
took the car and his money.
Yeah. And so, in his life.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah. And so he decided, well, I'm not giving you the money back. And so, and we hear about it a lot, where these deals have all become bogus or they go south, and the consumer's out. I mean, you're out. These people have gone to jail. There is no recourse. You ain't getting your money back. You darn sure ain't getting the car back.
And you're not getting the person back.
Yeah. So with that, I always say, what is, and I don't mean this to say this like I have a lot of money, but what is $1,000 or $2,000 knowing you have recourse? Because there's two powerful words in the auto industry that's always going to protect somebody if they're selling you a bad bucket of bolts. As is. And it's a form that you sign, and it has your name, your address, the VIN, the mileage, everything on it, saying you're buying the car as is. And if you're signing an as is form, are you getting that car checked out before you're buying it as is?
Correct.
Some people let you, some people won't. Different times nowadays.
Well, it's always a big red flag if they don't want you to.
Yeah. That's why I say, let me help. We'll get you with the right people where your money will be taken care of properly. 214-787-1190. Quick break. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Ooga, ooga, ooga. There you go. Mm-mm. Greetings, everybody, here on this what is this, the third day, right? Third day. Get it right. The third day of our brand new year, 2026. So, Kurt, when you were a kiddo, would you ever think of what 2026 would be like?
No.
I mean, you go like, back in the day, if they'd asked me, I mean, like maybe 10, 12 years old, I'd say that we were all like Martians and flying cars. And
do you remember the green sheets in school?
Oh, yeah. That's where you got to buy stuff. And
well, no, the green sheets where they had all the science stuff in.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cars that were going to fly, cars that could talk, cars that were going to do, and had all this stuff here. And you're thinking the Jetsons and outer space and all this crazy stuff.
Well, I believe that we probably would never see 2026.
Yeah, and you think of the future because, I was in school in the 60s, and you're going, yeah, right. There's going to be cars that talk. There's going to be cars that whatever, and you're going, okay.
Self-driving cars.
Self-driving.
Yeah, right. Come on, man. You're pulling my leg.
Still remember seeing the guy that, he was turned away from the steering wheel, had a newspaper. You're going, wow. And now all of this has come to fruition. I still remember my third grade teacher, Miss Bussey, and we have those, what they call the green sheets. And two things. Every Friday, Southwest Bank and Trust would come in, and you'd have your little green banking card.
Right.
You'd give them the money, and they'd stamp it.
That's
and
cool.
They would leave, and then Miss Bussey would hand out the green sheets, and you sit there and go, wow. There's no way this can happen. We're going to the moon? No way. We're going to do it? No way. Automatic transmissions? No way. And
who would have ever believed? So I remember back, I did a little part-time job one time for Sears and their computer area, and it was like huge. And it was, you would go and they'd send you this little note to go get this cartridge, and they'd tell you where it was, like A12 or something, and you go grab that cartridge, bring it and plug it in to whatever you plugged it into, which fed the big monster computer, right?
Yeah.
Now, more information is available in what I'm holding in my hand.
Yeah.
That to me is one of the biggest things I could have never would have imagined.
Oh yeah.
And I'm talking about it wasn't that long ago that I'm talking about these big, huge computers and these big places.
And remember the dial-up where you heard that squiggly noise? And, oh wow, the computer's coming on.
It'd take forever to get dialed up.
Yeah, I remember one year for Christmas, my brother got Pong. Oh my gosh. Everybody had to come over and see that. My dad's color TV. We got a Pencrest color TV. Everybody had to come check it out.
Of course they did.
You had the antennas on it, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right.
Stand there and hold that for the rest of the show.
Put some foil around your head
Yeah,
and stand there.
It worked.
There we go. 214-787-1190 is the Automotive Edge Radio Show celebrating 2026. Happy New Year to everybody. We're here today live, Burleson Nissan 35 and Renfro Road. Come on out. You got 4 vehicles under $25,000. You can get you a Sentra, Versa, Kicks, and Altima. All under $25,000. A couple of them under 20 grand. Brand spanking new. Brand new. So I don't know why you wouldn't. If you have that $10,000, $12,000, $13,000 put aside, put it down and finance, the balance if you can, and drive home a brand new car. From Justin Crane and his staff here at Burleson Nissan 35 and Renfro Road. Come on out and meet them. Let's go to the phone lines. Joining us on the Automotive Edge hotline, we have Ralph Paul, the owner of your CBD store. Happy New Year, buddy.
Thanks.
Wait a minute.
Oh, Ralph's voice changed.
This is the wonderful Chrissy Paul.
What are they? What's happening?
How are you?
Yep. Good. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year to you. You know what? I want to say thank you to you and your staff for all the great things that you have done for so many people over the many years that I've been blessed to know you and your family, changing their life with such a great product.
Oh my
God. And the stories that I've heard and the testimonies and the things that I have seen with what you've done with your CBD store there in Keller is amazing. So kudos to you and your family.
Thank you. It really is changing. And those testimonies, like, you're right. You just can't get enough of it. I mean, for people's lives for the better. It's just really positive.
Yeah, going into 2026,
that's what keeps us going.
Yeah, my pastor said he loves February 1st because he gets his parking place back at the gym. And so I tell people, if you go to yourcbdstorekeller.com, that's yourcbdstorekeller.com, there's also a phone number there where, Chrissy, you and I both believe that dialogue is paramount, especially when you're ingesting a product or putting a product on your body, to know what you're putting in your mouth or on your body. We need to know these things because we're not all made the same. We're not built the same. And the dialogue that you and your staff feel is paramount really is, so they know what they're taking.
Yeah, there's so much out there. Everybody at the beer, wants to lose weight, and you don't know exactly what you're putting or injecting into your body, and have some great natural off for a lot of different reasons. But yes, it's not a one size fits all. It definitely needs to have a conversation. We love asking questions. I mean, we love getting to know you personally and building a relationship anyways, but just getting to take it a step further and show you what to look for in your products and all the data and the testing, party testing. So as a consumer, you know exactly what you're putting into your body and how to understand that better.
Now, you are USDA certified organic, and you also have a QR code where people can go. When they go to the website, you can actually scan the QR code. And what does that tell them?
That's party testing. So a lot of companies either have a QR code, but it doesn't go anywhere, or it doesn't show the full profile of all the cannabinoids that you should be getting in your product. So it tells a lot of things, actually, and it is just an unregulated industry. So you need to have a third-party testing lab report that shows you what's in that bottle that is not expired, that's up to date. readily available for you to be able to see. And so it just shows you exactly what you put in your body, how much of it, and you get to see how much you need as you go this journey.
Yeah, we're talking to Chrissy Paul,
really.
owner, YourCBDStoreKeller.com. That's YourCBDStoreKeller.com. They are a brick and mortar, but if you go to their website, YourCBDStoreKeller.com, you can find out all the products.
Yep.
Now, I want you to hit real quick. You said a word that probably a lot of people have no idea what you're talking about. And you said cannabinoid. There's a couple of different ways to say it, but a cannabinoid. Why is that important? And you speak it very fluently because you're very well rehearsed. Probably one of the most intelligent people I've ever talked to about CBD. And people say, Kurt, why do you talk about CBD? Well, here, let me help you. Your health is number one. And, you know, we always talk about cars, but if you're in shape, peace of mind, this, that, and the other, then you're behind the wheel and you're doing really, really well. So I really think there's something there. But jump real quick on what
you're making an investment.
Yeah, what a cannabinoid is.
So a cannabinoid, we actually produce it in our own bodies to keep it simple. And so the hemp plant is overflowing with them and just connects with our bodies almost perfectly. So it just helps balance out all the different functions. So people, number one, are seeing less stress, relaxation. So if you're doing dry, where you're fasting, it's, you know, our seltzers are a great alternative for no sugar, no carbs, and you're putting good into your body. So you're actually sleeping better and you're not waking up with headaches or dehydrated or feeling, but feeling rejuvenated and balanced. So all these products, not, you know, different options people have so many amazing when your body's not able to shut down and go to sleep and REM or just less, so we're not munching all the time, or less anxiety. That's a big one. So just having peaceful days and enjoying your family and community and being able to
function
it's just
properly.
An alternative product without having side effects.
Yep. You know, we don't make medical claims. We never have. We're not saying don't go see your doctor. Don't take. What we're saying is there's a lot of great products out there. I know that your dad has cut his blood pressure medicine in half. I've got friends that their kids are off their ADD medicine. I have friends that have quit taking pain pills because the pain cream and the spray that you guys have there. And then your mom goes, hey, combo them. Put some spray on, let it dry in, put some cream on top of it. I have friends that have had surgeries and my brother's knee replacement, my sister that broke her leg. They started using the pain creams and they cut their meds in half the amount of time because of what your product does. And then we've seen situations of people coming in your place that have been in tough shape, and then you see them later. We bump into them while they're, and you're going, "Oh my goodness!" But here again, it comes down to knowledge.
Well, and also if vehicle related or automobile related in traffic, like some we are here, if you get stressed out driving vehicles, which you will in this towns, then you need to go to your CB store in Keller and talk to Chrissy and the great folk there.
Calm your nerves.
They will help you enjoy your life every day going in and out of work with their products. And so I know that works.
Well, it's an investment.
Yes.
Just like you're investing in a good quality car, like you were explaining earlier on really looking into it and knowing what's the history.
Right.
You're investing into your body so that you have a quality of life to continue for your community and family.
Yes. Good point.
Yep. So a lot of people, you're looking for that product to help. Everybody said, you know, the two big things was to have more money and to have to lose weight. Chrissy, talk about your trim product.
Trim. So a lot of people kind of relate CBD or the cannabis side to munchies. This actually deactivates your desire to want to eat. It's a really beautiful thing how our bodies work. And so it just helps you not want to finish that meal, not want to munch all day long, and it's still giving you all the benefits. We have a Mayo Clinic trial on it, so we can give you all the data and numbers, which we really love backing our product. But it is probably one of the best daily, just overall weight products. So it helps in so many areas, but that is just one of the amazing benefits is the weight loss side of it. So
there we go.
Friends is
Chrissy
amazing.
Paul, your CBD store Keller.com. That's your CBD store Keller.com from bath bombs to lotions to collagen to brain boost, which my wife
Dog
loves.
products.
Yeah, the products to help your dogs out. My wife, she's on a computer. She's a numbers person. She'll have a half a brain boost about 3 o'clock. Carries her, if not sooner, throughout the day. Keeps her focused, her game on. The seltzer at night. Forget a couple glasses of wine. I can have an island time and I'm fine. And remember, it's not about the high. It's about the health at your CBD store, Keller.com. That's your CBD store, Keller.com. We love their product. Most of all, we love the family, the employees there, and what they've done for my family and friends. And they can do that for you too. Chrissy, have a blessed day. Thanks so much for calling us. Give your family a big New Year's hug from the Automotive Ed Radio Show.
Thank y'all. We love you guys. Thanks for sharing the good news.
You bet.
Happy New Year.
Your CBD store, Keller.com. I'm telling you, you're not going to go in there and they're going to ask you how high do you want to get. They're going to ask you how healthy you want to get, how you want to change your life. What are you looking to do? And I got to tell you, as I've gotten older, that cream on my hands has helped the pain. My knees, I mean, so many things as we're getting older, and it has kept me functioning and moving. I've lost quite a bit of weight. I'm down over 30 pounds. I got about another 15 to go, and their products are helping me because as I'm losing weight, I'm wanting to work out, and my body's going, what the heck are you doing? And so the products that they have at your CBD store, Keller.com, has changed my life, my wife, my kids, my brothers and sisters, and so many friends.
Well, here's a testimony from Melinda. She said, I can't stress enough how much I love all the CBD products from there. Yesterday, I did not take my brain boost, and when I got home from work, I was exhausted and boring.
No, she wasn't boring.
Well, she says she was.
We had a lovely night.
Well, she said she was exhausted.
I made her apple turnovers.
You didn't bring me any.
They're gone. My neighbor, he called 5 minutes later, said, thank you, they're gone.
But see, Melinda, it just shows those kind of things. Once you get that into your system, it changes your life way for the better.
Yep.
And that's what we want to do for you.
Go to your CBD store, Keller.com, 20% off of listeners, and they ship for free. Your CBD store, Keller.com. Let's take a quick break. Don't go away. It's the Automotive Ed Radio Show, helping you with all your automotive needs, and we'll be right back.
I don't see how Melinda could ever be boring, but
no,
she felt like
she's
she was
really
exhausted.
And she's really good on the eyes.
Yeah, I can say that.
Yeah,
I say it to her behind your back too.
I hear you. A lot of people do.
A
lot of people look at her and look at me and go, "Why?
How did this? Well, I get the same.
Why?
I get the same result on my end too.
How did he do that?"
Yeah, we're still both wondering that.
That's right.
I don't want him to wake up. Do you from that dream?
That's right. Look over and go, "What did I do?" Thanks so much for hanging out. Hope everybody's having a good new year. You know, the rat race starts again on Monday for a lot of people, and we just hope that Monday starts out on a better note. Remember, the 3 F's in life: faith, family, and friends. And when you have faith and you're surrounded by a good family, your friendships all prosper. So that's for me. Faith, family, and friends for 2026. It's been mine for many long years, and we hope that starts becoming the norm for you as well. The 3 F's, write them down: faith, family, and friends. And be sure to share our show and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's YouTube at theautomotiveedge.com. And subscribe. These subscriptions, we want to boost this thing and just continue to help more people. And the more we help, the more they help. We believe in the pay it forward, and all that stuff goes full circle. The more people you help, believe me, it hits a certain trigger, touches their heart, and they turn around and help somebody else. And that's really what this show is all about. When we started the show 22 years ago, due to my wife going, hey, why don't you go use your voice and do something? And meet Scott Wilder. And I did, and things took off. And we've always said that. If we can help you with your automotive needs, second largest purchase in your life, turn around and help somebody else. If we save you money, pay it forward. If we save you time, volunteer. And that's why we bring on people like, your CBD store in Keller. They're doing such great things for people. And Ralph and Carol, they don't have to do what they do. They're retired. She's a retired nurse. Ralph's been in sales his whole life and been a great mentor to a lot of people. We partner up with good people and in facets of everything in life, and they're very, very special to us. Their products are very special to us, and we hope you take time to meet them. Your CBD store, Keller.com, and all the sponsors that we talk about. When you go to the Automotive Edge and you click on the sponsor page, these are good people. Really good people to do business with and spend your money with. And thing is, I'm accountable to them and they're accountable to me, but mainly we're accountable to you, the listener. And so anyway, we're going to probably put out another 100+ videos this year. And so go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. And subscriptions,
15 seconds till we're back live.
We want to boost this thing, and everything that comes out of it, we want to pour back into the community, to you, to whoever we can, and just make things better. We want to turn all these frowns upside down for 2026. Who sings it?
I don't know. I don't really care either.
Okay.
Abba Daba or somebody like that. Abba.
There you go. Good morning, Candace. And
Yes.
You're right. Paying it forward always. That's right.
Well, that's where you get the blessings. Given it shall be given unto you.
Yep.
You know that? A lot of
That's
people
right.
don't understand that, but there is something to do that. There's something that's really positive with that. And I think that's what we should all do, because then that's the.
Just go in there and tell them to get off the phone.
Yeah. Yeah, he ain't talking to nobody.
Yeah, you know what? Here, I always say at the end of the show to turn off those electronics. I'm telling you what, have a conversation. The other day, I walked into another restaurant. Here's mom and dad and both the kids on electronics. And I'm going,
I see
just
that all
nuts.
the time.
You know what I saw? I was talking to Melinda about this. I was watching this show and my mouth hit the floor. It hit the floor. They're saying now that 1 in 5 high school students, 1 in 5 are testing relationships online with AI. I know. I had that same look on my face. I went, do what? And so they showed this parent where this kid put in all their information, music, what they like to eat, everything.
We're having a relationship with it,
and having a relationship with AI. And so they went to turn away, and AI goes, no, don't turn me off yet.
Don't break up with me.
Oh my goodness.
Don't you love me?
I'm like, moms and dads, you know why they're why they have low self-esteem? Probably because they're staring into a computer, an iPad, an iPhone,
and it's what they're having
in their bedroom with their door shut. Let me tell you what,
and they're
up,
having a relationship that's not reality.
If you ever shut the bedroom door, my dad would open up and go, hey, you want to stay in here for a week? Open this door.
Yeah.
Get out. But back then,
my parents would not allow us to close the door unless maybe we're getting dressed for a little bit or something, but never to lock that door.
Oh.
You lock that door, that sucker's coming plowing down. Baby.
My dad always reminded us who owned the house.
Always. I've heard that a few times.
But I got to tell you, when I saw that show about the AI, I went, you know what? AI is going to bring good things, but on the reverse thing, moms and dads, get your kids off that stuff. Get them off of it.
Yes, sir.
You know, I fought my kids to the bitter end that here's the age before you're going to get a cell phone and you can dial in and dial out, and that's it. They were restricted. And when they became adults, they had to make those decisions. But start now. This using an iPad or an iPhone or whatever as a pacifier is ridiculous.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
Well, it's the way of the world right now. I mean,
do you want them to learn your morals and standards or somebody else's?
Boy, you ain't kidding there. And the problem is, once they learn it the way you don't want them to, you're done.
Yeah,
it's over.
Be careful. When I saw that that relationships in AI is growing at 1,000%, I went,
well, you know what? I don't even know too. Like even on some of these social media sites, whether it's TikTok or Facebook, or anything, that when they have their profile there, I'm not so sure it's not even real either, that it's an AI. And they kind of warn you with that.
You don't know.
Some of these profiles could be just an AI thing that's all, generated by that, and it's not even a real person. And you could actually get caught up in a conversation with an AI that's not
But you know,
real.
one thing that I saw that was cool that's growing for and going to be big in 2026 is in-person meetings versus online dating.
Well, I think that's a great idea because they're just
do all there's like 4 different groups. They do all the background checks. They do everything before you can even show up to a mixer.
Right.
And I'm going, yeah, why? I couldn't imagine not being face to face the old way.
Right.
You know, it's amazing when I've talked to some people. Yeah, my mom and dad, they courted. They went to court. No, they courted. And so why did they go to court?
There's been a lot
that means they dated. They didn't even hold hands. Listen, my mom, we sat on the porch with my mom and dad. We talked. We had conversation. There wasn't no kiss goodnight. People were like, well, how boring. Wow, really? Well, just think about how long the marriages used to last versus now.
Wow,
it's so quick. It's so easy to use that nasty word versus
instant gratification all the way across the board. And there's a lot of problems with these people meeting these other people online.
Yeah, dialogue. Have a conversation. It's amazing when you sit there and you dialogue and then you mirror your significant other. And a buddy of mine said, what's mirror? I said, repeat back what they said to make sure you understood. Because I'm telling you what, when Melinda and I were first together, I didn't understand anything she said when the Cowboys were on. Now I hear everything she said because I'm not a Cowboy fan.
Yeah, because you don't even listen to you don't want to hear about that.
I'd much rather hear what she has to say.
You might as well open up your ears to listen to her.
Yeah, I couldn't do me for 33 years. I don't know how she's done it, but anyway, talk to your kids. Turn those electronics off. Go outside. Plant a tree. Dig a hole. Fill it up.
Do anything.
Yeah.
Walk.
Go have an ice cream. Go to the zoo.
Yeah.
214-787-1190. When we get back, my picks for 2026 and the forecast and a whole lot more here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show on 1190 KFXR, part of the iHeartMedia Network. We'll be right back. So Candace sent us a emoji, and I don't know what it is.
It's emoji.
A what?
Emoji, not
Whatever.
Jumanji.
Whatever.
You watched that Jumanji movie too many times.
What is that?
It's a wow. It's just
is that a bear?
Yeah, it
like
looks
a teddy
like
bear.
Yeah, it looks like a bear.
It could put my glasses on. It's amazing. I got brand new glasses, spent a fortune on them, and I don't put them on. Oh, there we go. It's a little teddy bear.
Yeah.
Thanks, Candace.
Little dancing.
Yeah.
Wow. Man.
You like my new glasses?
I've seen them already.
I like them.
Yeah, I do too.
How do y'all look? What's the vote? Glasses okay?
Yeah, give him the what you call it, the hands up.
Got my specs on. Golly, everything just changed. I don't know why I don't wear them more.
Yeah, you look good.
They feel good. And you realize how blind you are when you move around and go,
I know.
when you do this,
I know.
going, holy cow.
I just can't do those bifocals. I've tried.
They're not bifocals.
They're not?
No. It's one lens all the way around.
Okay. Well, but you have it to where you see close and far away, don't you?
Yeah, but bifocals are, where they have the 2 different prescriptions on each lens. I don't have those.
So I'm guessing that there's 4 teams left in the college football
Yep.
playoffs.
Yep.
Indiana, Oregon, Ole Miss, and Miami. Now, Miami's been a surprise.
Yep.
They've shocked a lot of people, so they're kind of for real.
Remember,
Too.
did SMU beat them? I think SMU beat them.
Yeah, I
and
think it
shocked
was
them.
one of the teams that got beat that beat them. But
SMU looked good last
Yeah,
night.
they looked-
Goodness
yeah.
gracious, they put a whooping on Arizona.
well, hopefully.
Well, they came back kind of towards the end, but boy, they looked good. The
they could have
quarterback
made the
for SMU
playoffs.
had 3 interceptions. Well, they were 16th in the nation.
And they had a couple bad games that he didn't.
Their
play well.
quarterback just
gave it up. But so I believe it's Miami against Indiana.
Yep.
And then Oregon and Ole Miss. What's your picks?
I am going to say Ole Miss and Indiana in the championship. I love the way Ole Miss played last night. Golly, did they look good.
And
2 nights
Indiana
ago,
looked
New Year's.
fantastic. I mean, they look like the real deal.
They mowed over them. That wasn't even they just looked good.
And they play Miami. I think this will be the Miami's last
I
game.
wish they would do me one favor. Get that stinking camera off Michael Irvin and don't let him talk on mic. I am, boy, what a
see how
beating.
excited he was about
What
jumping
a
around.
beating. And the way he was acting on the sideline, what a beating.
That's showboat.
I've never cared for him.
I know you haven't.
You know, you got, the triplets and
Well, he caused them a lot of trouble when back in the day. If you've seen that documentary that's out, he lucky he didn't spend some time in the Hoots.
And Troy was always there for him.
Yeah.
Even when he was on trial, Troy was there. He's showing up to court in a big old mink stole and,
Yeah, he kind of changed that, though, after they started laying some more stuff on him.
His attorney went, let's kind of.
Well, they brought some more charges against him, remember? And you better chill
I remember
out.
he was at that one stadium and they threw all those little bags of flour out on the field.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
But if you've never seen that doc, it's a Jerry Jones Empire or something like that. What is it called?
Yeah.
Something about Jerry Jones Empire or something, but it covers a lot of good stuff about the Cowboys, not just about Jerry, but a lot of the different players along the way. I enjoyed it. And
there's a time to just shut up, and he won't. And now they got him doing that. They got the Grand Prix coming to Arlington.
Guys, we're going to be coming back a little bit late because the president is addressing the country with a speech. So we have to let that play out, and then we'll come back after
I
that.
wonder if you could pipe it in through us.
Yeah, can you play that on air?
Could you pop it in through us to where we could hear it or we could share it somehow?
Can you guys hear it now?
No.
Yeah, I agree, Charlie. Dale Hansen hung his hat on. He took down SMU, which I can't believe that more universities that did so much worse than SMU didn't get the death penalty.
Oh, definitely.
Because I remember people were volunteering to play football. They were taking whoever showed up. They put them in a uniform.
Right.
Because, one time, the SMU was number 1 in the nation when you had the Pony Express with Dickerson and Craig James.
Well, they were co-national champions with somebody.
And
I can't remember who it was.
They were rocking and rolling, and so it took a long time.
Eric Dickerson was a monster, wasn't he?
Yeah, my nephews could have played football anywhere in the United States, and both of them went to SMU. My one nephew started down there at Blinn and then transferred up, and he was offensive player of the month several times. My other nephew, one of the best tight ends in the conference. And to watch him, June Jones came in after the Bennett brother, one of the Bennett brothers who his brother coached at Irving High.
Right.
And then June Jones comes in, leaves Hawaii, comes to SMU, takes them to the Hawaii Bowl. They win, and it was last year before my nephew left, and he didn't get the ring. After he graduated, they go to the bowl and win.
Yeah, of course, that happens to a lot of people.
But it's great to see him back, 100%. I'm a big SMU fan.
Yeah, they'll be around for a while now. That's a money school.
Yep.
So now that they're paying players, they'll be pulling that out of their pockets. That's a lot of money over there in that SMU area, and they'll be around for a while. So good luck to them. And yeah, it's too bad they had a couple of bad losses there. They could have been
It's so funny. A buddy of mine goes, I can't believe they named the stadium after the president. Gerald Ford. That's not Gerald Ford, the president. It's Gerald Ford, the developer.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, he's not the president.
So Anyway,
I'm taking.
we're not live right now on the radio because the announcement of President Trump going in and capturing Maduro, the president of Venezuela,
Let me see if I can
and
play.
pulled him out
You want me to do
of
that?
the country, him and his wife, just like they did Noriega in Panama. And enough's enough. 37 boats destroyed, I think 35, whatever, are the narcotics pouring in.
But what they were doing to the people of that country.
Well, you know, he didn't win the election. That lady did.
Right.
And she's been hiding in another country.
Right.
And so just as soon as they get Noriega as Maduro and his cronies out, she's going to come back in as the president of Venezuela and let the people, because they got all that oil money and mineral money over there, and Maduro's taking it all.
And feeding,
now that he's been
feeding
captured,
drugs over here to our country.
He don't get to keep none of it now. He done.
That's
That
good.
Pam Bondi said they're gonna prosecute him to the fullest. And you know, people say why? Well, look at all the drugs they pour into the United States and just killing our kids. Not just kids, there's adults dying from it.
Oh yeah,
fentanyl and all the rest of it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And here you're going to hear all the Democrats screaming and kicking. He didn't do it by law, and he didn't do this. Shut your face. Shut your face. There are going to be less people dying in the United States, less of our kids having access to those drugs that Maduro and all of his cronies were bringing in. So shame on you if you complain one bit about it.
Yeah, you know, you're always wanting, you know, feeling sorry for a country or the people or whatever. And then when something is done to help the people, then you want to be like a jackass and act like a fool.
And it's always the Democrats.
It's always. But, you know, they hate Trump so bad it doesn't matter.
Like you said, if he cured every disease, they'd hate him for it.
That's because
they'd
be losing money.
Stock.
Yeah, they'd be losing money in their pharmaceutical stocks and stuff. Yeah, and you know, it's no telling what they've all done. You know, I saw a thing, and it goes.
Well, here's the thing: how do you fight good? That's the whole thing. Is they get mad at every good thing he does. You may not like what comes out of his mouth. I don't care. I'm a results-oriented guy. I work for some of the toughest car guys. I played for some of the toughest coaches, but the results were good. The results were good. They could have done it a better way. They could have said it a better way. They didn't have to curse in a manner. They didn't have to threaten in a manner. But when it came down to that bottom line results, I tell you what, I'd go back and do it again.
Well, it goes back, what's the motivation? And if the motivation's for good, even though there's, you know, stumblings along the way or not delivering the message quite to the way you want to hear it, or any of that, if it's down to the motivation being for good and the good does come about, just shut your pie hole. Let it happen. I mean, this thing that's happened over there in Venezuela, that's why we had such an influx of people coming here illegally in our country.
They opened the prisons.
Oh, they just sent all the rugrats over here. And y'all like, go, okay, you know, let them in, let everybody in. Well, he was the one responsible for that. And now that something's being done about it,
how nice would it be just to safely walk the streets of America?
How nice would it be for the Venezuelans to be able to walk the street with peace?
Yeah, 100%.
Which they haven't been able to
100%.
do. That's why they left to try to come here. Now they might be able to stay in their country and have a life and not rob us.
Well, now you got now the people in Iran, they've had enough.
They've had enough too,
and they're going, "Hang on, guys,
yeah,
boys and girls, we want to take and."
Anybody that's a dictator over these countries, I'm sorry, they need to be brought down. That's not the way people need to be treated. And look at Nigeria killing Christians, and you're okay with that? Like, well, we shouldn't go and do anything over there. Really? Well, I guess if you're a non-Christian, you're okay with it, but they're still human lives.
Yep.
And you want to act like...
We forget about that. We title them as whatever, but they're still God's children.
And then you go like, come on, really?
And they're seeking God, and people are against it.
And they're getting murdered over it. And that's the government doing that. Wake up, people. You know,
Well, I tell you what, you don't hear from Bo a whole lot. You go politics, and Bo goes
Yeah.
to fire.
don't get me started, brother. It's ridiculous what goes on out there in this
Yeah.
world and country, and what BS that they accept from these left nuts that want to scream a bunch of BS, and you buy into it. And all they're doing is throwing crap on the wall and see what sticks, and you grab it. Come on, people, study a little bit. You know, go by don't just listen to what
Be careful what you study.
Yeah, the media. Hey, go past that. The media sucks. They ain't all gonna. They're bought by the criminals anyway.
We need a hands across America.
We need people to wake up and be educated and not fall for the nonsense that's being told to them all the time.
Let's get back to going to church,
study,
faith, family, and
see what's going on. We talked about that with the, what the big push with the EV vehicles about, it's helping the environment. Really? Yeah, on the surface, it seems that way. But then what goes into building these batteries? They don't want to go there. And they don't want to go with what happens after the batteries die.
I said, putting lipstick on a pig
there
and
it
calling
is.
it a goat.
And we love it. Push these EVs because it's saving the environment. But yet they don't say nothing about the bombs and the chemical warfare and everything else that goes up in the sky. And countries that don't give a crap, like Russia, that is about 100 miles off of the coast of Alaska, which is our country, blowing all kinds of crap that you don't think the winds are blowing into our country, then you're an idiot. I remember down in Mexico about 3 years ago, way down deep into Mexico, they had a big, huge fire or maybe it was a volcano or something. I'm not sure what it was. And Texas got all that black smoke coming. You remember that? Into our state? It blew into our state. You remember that? It was a big deal.
Back in the 30s?
No, it was about 10 years ago. And it just blew into the state, and it got all smoky and everything, and it came from way down south in Mexico. So, and that's several hundred miles away. So don't tell me winds don't blow toxins around.
Well, that's the whole thing. When you listen to all the meetings, all they want is the money.
Yes.
They don't have results in mind. They don't have any forecast in mind. They don't have any end game. They just want that money. And when they ask the head of the EPA, well, what is it going to do? And he goes, well, with the jobs that it creates, to do what?
Yeah.
Well, and no one can answer. And he goes, so if I just love that Senator Kennedy. He said, let's give you $100 trillion.
Yeah.
Right now. Let's say in 2050, what is that going to do?
No answer.
Well, and they always say, hey, I really appreciate the question. But,
yeah.
and they just go to jobs and whatever. And I'm going, unbelievable. Well, look, I'd like a couple of $1 billion to find gold. Give me $1 billion. I'm going to go find gold. Would you sponsor me to go find gold? Why? How much gold are you going to find?
Why don't you go find it on your own?
What do you think that's going to do? I don't know.
It's just funny how the government.
Just give me the money. We'll figure it out later.
The government's so easy to give away the money, but in most cases, I believe what happens is it gets.
They need to let me sit right in the middle, and when they don't answer a question, I get to hit a button and we shock them. Well, and then each time they don't answer, I get to dial it up one.
A little hotter.
And then eventually they're going to say,
just walk off.
Never mind. I don't want the money, or I'm full of crap and I don't have an answer.
Yeah, that's even better.
That's it. Do you have an answer?
I came here to rip off the government and y'all caught me. That's really
here's the deal. We're going to unstrap you if you tell the truth. Otherwise, I'm going to crank it up one more and I'm going to jolt you. And they're going to walk out of there vibrating.
And drilling.
And you just sit there and you listen to them, never answer the question. No. They just get into that, whatever they call it. I'm going, you're just kidding me.
Right.
That really can't be
the
truth of what's going on. And it's not.
And I know that there's going to be people jumping up and down out there going, how dare President Trump go in there and do what he did in that country, blah, 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 blah. But dude, if you're not looking at the big picture of that, then you got a problem, real problem. And what they've done to those people, poor people down in Venezuela, and what they've robbed from them, and their peace and their
And it wasn't
joy.
like he just went there. He gave him every opportunity. But, you know,
Yeah.
this has been going on for some
Oh, a
time.
long time. It's been going on. And you know what? Venezuela, before that schmuck got into office and got dictatorship, that was a thriving country. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was very thriving. And they talk about that, about what happens.
And he lost the election, and he just brought in his regime with
Yeah.
all the drug dealers and went, hey,
Yeah,
you're out of here.
Yeah. What are you going to do? You're going to fight
You
these?
can leave one way or in a body bag.
Right.
And she boogied, and she was the one that was actually voted in.
Right. Because he's a
And he
dictator.
overthrew the election and went, here's the deal. Now,
Good morning, Steve Briggs. Happy New Year to you, too. Thank you for that.
hey,
Appreciate it.
Steve, I'm going to be giving you a call. I looked at about 30 vehicles yesterday. They were kind of rough. Some of them haven't cleared yet. Some of them were in really good shape. And so I'm weeding through those. And I should this afternoon or on Monday have about 6 of them in mind for you. Steve Briggs, you know what? Steve Briggs is going to heaven. Let me tell you why.
Well, first of all, he's got a very cool name. That's like, I don't know. There's something about that Steve Briggs. It eludes
like a defensive lineman or
like
something.
a brick,
Yeah.
like bricks. Here comes Mr. Brick.
He has been one of my brother Bobby's true friends.
Oh, that's cool.
And Bobby was not easy to be a friend to.
Well, obviously Charlie knows him too because he says, "Good morning, Steve."
Oh yeah, everybody knows. Steve is one of the great guys from Irving that you just loved.
There you go.
He always had a smile, a handshake. Him and his brother Gary, just good people. And he stayed my brother's friend through his whole life.
That's awesome.
And Bobby, you know, he's a handful. He's a handful.
There you go. Well, thanks for being a part of our broadcast today. Appreciate that. And I don't know how long that thing's going to last, but we're here talking
I was
whatever.
told it wouldn't last too much longer, but it is still on. Sorry.
Thank you for keeping us.
Literally, I'm looking at this now. It just showed up in the system.
Just keep us posted. Thank you for that. Appreciate that.
No problem.
So, Steve, I haven't heard anything about your brother in many years.
So you have an older brother or
Gary
younger?
Briggs, who I went to school with. Steve went to school with my brother.
Charlie says that Steve lived with them back in the day. He was like a brother to us too.
Yeah, Steve's good people, man. He's gold. And he wears the biggest, coolest hat you've ever seen. His hat's bigger than him. And it's just freaking cool. And him and his wife have an antique business.
Where are
Waco.
Oh, okay, cool. There you go. That's cool.
Yeah, you see Steve now. He got that Kentucky Fried Chicken goatee.
There
Like
you
Colonel
go.
Sanders.
Yeah,
Wears that big old hat. He's a cool dude.
There you
Steve's
go.
always a cool dude.
that happens. Mm.
Every time that they come around, how's old Bobby? Everybody smile. Bobby was he was special. I feel
So who you picking in the big game with Pittsburgh and the Ravens?
oh, you know who I'm pulling for. 100%.
Because this is in or out,
But here's the
isn't
deal.
it? This is do or die for both teams, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
winner
that's
takes
the-
all.
Huh?
So they
Winner
just
takes
gave an
all.
update. The president's speaking from Mar-a-Lago
Mar-a-Lago.
in like the next 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So here's the thing. Will Sakala does not pay his bets.
Oh boy,
He's horrible. I love the guy,
but you don't get
but
a
he did
penny,
not pay. And get this, when he loses a bet, you know what he says?
double or nothing. Or
Oh,
something.
man, we weren't really betting.
Oh, really? Okay. What happens when he wins?
Oh, he wants his money. So we bet $100 that they were not going to win their division, and another $100 that they wouldn't make the playoffs. So
well, if they get beat today, you've won $200.
yeah, he won't pay.
There's no way.
He'll never. That will not come out of his pocket.
So either the Ravens or Pittsburgh will be their division
and go to the playoffs.
and go.
The other one
The
goes
other one's
home.
going to the house.
Yeah, so if the Ravens win, which I'm praying they
But
do,
they're playing in Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
he'll never pay.
that's $200.
So last year he owed me $100, and he goes, "Oh man, come on." He even bet with Ralph. He didn't pay Ralph.
You kidding? He ain't
No, he don't pay. He's a welcher.
Why you bet with him then?
Yeah, just it's fun.
It's because when you win, it's you get more than $200 worth of value of not just gigging him. Like, where's those Steelers?
Yeah,
man?
and the whole thing was, that wasn't a real bet. That's Will. I got another buddy just like him, and I mean, I just love my buddy, and so right now he owes me $600 over the last 2 years. You know what he calls me? He says,
What?
Every week, double or nothing.
Yeah, you want
No, you pay me, and then I'll bet it again because I pay my bets.
keep doubling it up
And
until
I
they
bet,
win.
25, $50, whatever.
Right.
I'm not a big gambler, but I get a buddy call up and there'll be a game that he knows I like because I talk. I've got a half a dozen buddies I've grown up with it. We always talk football,
Right.
and they're going, "Hey, let's play 4 games, $25 a piece." And there'll be 6 of us or 4 of us in the pot, And last time I won, after 6 weeks, I won $50, which is fine.
But it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. With Will, he don't pay nobody.
So Purple Haze is asking if we're on. I wonder if Larry, is there any way to announce that, like break and go that we'll be back after the speech? Because we're having people want from the radio listen.
We can't on here, like when they do the Fox News run, like I can't
That's
jump
national.
on the mic or play anything to say
I
that
gotcha.
after here.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting questions about that.
Yeah, everybody. The president has taken
It's
over.
actually taken over a couple of the other stations too. I'm looking at now.
Yeah, he's taken over the media to announce what he's doing with Maduro and his wife. They have been extracted from.
Are they bringing them
Venezuela.
to the States?
They're not saying where they're taken.
Oh, okay.
They've been extracted after warning. They went in there and fired off some bombs and landed just like they did with
All of the ones that they got.
what's his name out of Panama City, Noriega.
Yeah.
And went in there, extracted them, and enough's enough. And you finally got a president that is not taking any crap.
No.
We don't want drugs in the United States. We just don't. And I've got a lot of friends that have buried their children and or gone. I've got friends that have been through rehab. Their kids have been through rehab. And,
Yeah, if that touches one of your family members, you're jumping up and down with joy about what he's doing. If you're not, and you got your head buried in the sand, and
well, you figure Biden with his son, would be very proactive against drugs, but he wasn't. Nah.
They let that crap
don't
come
care.
in here. Let the people come in here legally that he was sending over here that were drug people, that they were prisoners, they were
that
mental
one,
health people. He sent all that crap here to America.
Well, what's his name? Oh, Jeffries. How do we know that there wasn't humanitarian aid in the boats? Oh, really? Humanitarian aid? Yeah, for the people making money off drugs.
Yeah, that's it.
We're aiding the criminals.
Do they not know how that works?
Well, they do.
They just don't want to admit to
Everything he does that's right. They got a problem with it.
Yeah.
You think anybody else handwrites her show like this every Saturday?
No. Oh, I wanted to show something to you really quick. Now that you brought that up, see if I can find it here.
Well, everybody hang on with us. Just as soon as the president's done talking, we'll be back live. So I feel kind of special that the president's taking over my show.
That's one guy that I'm all for. We're missing some time.
Run, Trump, run.
But hopefully it doesn't matter. Probably if they change radio stations, they're still going to get Trump.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're losing, like they're going somewhere else, unless they go to maybe some music or something. But hopefully they'll be back and we didn't lose them long. But check this out. I wish I could play this here, but
what is it?
Speaking of writing, He wrote a book, and it's all real writing. We're talking about Sylvester Stallone writing a book. He wrote that. Speaking of longhand, I wanted to show you that whole book. Look at that.
Yeah, if you look at this, all of my notes.
But I wanted to
notes.
show you that because he wrote that whole big, huge book about that.
I just think it by handwriting it versus typing it,
He said it opens up more mind, like it opens your mind up to have more information.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he was saying in that commentary.
Yeah, 100%.
And so that's why he wrote it out like that. That book is huge.
Yeah.
And no telling how many pages. And he said he just finished it.
I took a lot of my notes, and I have 4 jump drives for my 4 kids, and I've been putting all my notes in on a jump drive for my
handwriting.
Kids.
Like you scan it?
No, I'm copying what I wrote.
Okay, I got you.
And typing it in to put it on the jump drive.
I got you.
Yeah. And so this next month, I'm going to be making videos for my kids.
Well, there you go. Well, you certainly don't want them to forget you, do you? When you go?
Well, I want them to know how I feel about them.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, when they're gone, instead of remember, I think when you really go back in time and you talk about their lives and the memories you had, where it's not just love.
Well, it triggers their mind too.
Yeah. Do you remember when?
Right. Of course.
Remember when?
I do that with Grandma a lot. I'm not a journalist type person. I've got this book about 5 years ago to do that, to journal. I've got about 5 pages written. I don't know. I should do better about that, to leave, some thoughts behind.
Put Barney Fife on hold, dude.
I should be. Well, that's all my pages would be. Barney Fife. Next page. Hey, great episode of Barney Fife.
You know what? I watched a clip on the ghost of Mr. Chicken.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I got to tell you what, I still believe that him and the brother on 2.5 Men,
they're extraordinary actors.
They are extraordinary actors.
Yeah, they're way above even people.
I mean, they talk about like Jim Carrey. I'm not a fan at all. Will Ferrell, not a fan at all.
Well, some of those get locked into a certain type of profile. Like, what's the other guy that's a comedian that does a lot of that same stuff?
I just don't. It's just not my game.
Right, I got it.
But they could. Man, they just take the shows to just different levels. When that lady hits Charlie's brother, whatever his name is, and hits him with that zapper, and he hits the floor and starts running in that circle like the Three Stooges,
You mean
shaking Alan. I'm like, that's freaking incredible acting that he can take it to that level when he actually didn't get shocked.
Right, and you believe that he did.
Yeah. And that goes to Mr. Chad. Don Knotts was in a league all by himself.
Well, I know that when he was on the Andy Griffith show, that they gave him free reign. Like they'd have a script, but he would go off of it, and they wanted him to. And I've seen a lot of clips of Andy Griffith talking about how that originally they wanted Andy to be the funny guy. He said, man, right off the bat, he knew that wasn't going to be the case. And
you go back and look at all the old shows and look at the acting. I tell you, one of the shows that makes me laugh my butt off is Sanford and Son.
That's a funny show. It's crazy. I know.
Those one-liners, when he talks about that one lady about how ugly she is,
I know.
Aunt Esther.
Yeah.
I got to tell you what, and when she
low down, boy, you talking about politically incorrect, man. It's all over the map on that show too. And
Three Stooges. I mean, you think about
the craziness there.
that they maintain that level all the time. I mean, that was some of the best acting ever. My all-time favorite Three Stooges is when they're unloading that ice. He got that big block of ice, and he puts it over his shoulder. And when he gets to the top stairs, you got a little cube still in the big tongs.
Yeah.
He goes back down again, and my boys, when I had a theater room in our old house,
They didn't get it, did they?
and I'm up there laughing, and they're like, "Dad, where's the color?" There was no color in the Three Stooges.
They call it gray TV.
And so it's the one with the ice. I said, "Watch this," and he goes, and they're going, the block of ice melted.
They didn't get the point about it still in the thong, right?
Oh my God.
Well,
and that's where we got, the Hannah Canapana.
That's one of the episodes that's got us
greatness.
Yeah, them being doctors.
And every time they had to make a decision, they'd huddle up.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm telling you what, you just go back, and back then, what they call it, slapstick comedy.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the best ones way back in the day to me was the Little Rascals.
Oh,
I mean, that show was hysterical.
How they got those kids to act so well.
And it was dynamite. It was funny. It was, I don't know. It was one of the best. I watched that show religiously.
Oh, I loved it. I loved everything about it.
The Little Rascals were great. Buckwheat.
Did you know who
Alfalfa.
Icky Twerp was?
Yeah, I know the name.
He was on Channel 11 Slam Bang Theater.
Oh, yeah.
And you have Icky Twerp, and he had this funny black hair and glasses,
Right.
and that's where the Three Stooges, Roadrunner, all that stuff
Right.
came on.
Right.
I loved it.
Yeah. I don't know. Some of the stuff they got on TV
There
now.
wasn't any hate. There wasn't any death. I mean, think about it. Nobody died on Three Stooges.
And now they go into, there's something different now.
In Batman, remember, with the original Batman with Burt, I can't remember. Anyway, nobody ever died when you had the Joker and the Penguin
Right.
and the Riddler. No one ever died. Although you saw wham, pow, pow.
Right.
No one ever died. And so back in the day, it was just TV was so much better. Now it's golly, we turned on Landman, the opening. Oh, his season 2. I was uncomfortable sitting next to my wife going, and then at the end of it, with Sam Elliott's on it now,
Right.
and they're talking about that father. Now they're kind of joking back and forth and
Right.
hitting each other. I'm going, boy, filth has just dominated
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed in Taylor Sheridan for having that. I mean, he's such a phenomenal producer, and why that has to be all in, in that. But it's just where our society is gone. That's what they want to hear. I mean, the F-bombs, it's regular people are using it like they get off the shows. Like, come on, really?
Steve says, I remember very well your mom was special. She still is, buddy. 89 years old and 55, 56 grandkids, whatever it is. And life is.
And one adopted child, too, and me. She adopted me. Kurt never.
She adopted 5 of you. You, Anthony Palmer.
All right.
Harless Freeman, Randy Kemp, and Dick Holliday.
Okay, well then you need to add that to our list.
There's 5 of you that she adopted.
See, I know. So you need to add that number.
Yeah, even when Anthony sees her as hi, Mom, and
yeah.
Yeah.
Christopher Martinez. Good morning, gentlemen. Happy New Year and blessings for 2026.
Hey,
yes, sir.
brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We're on hold on the radio because President Trump's addressing the nation about Maduro and his wife. Hey, so are you done over there at the museum? And I got a message from you about 3 weeks or so ago, and I apologize. I wanted to see about booking a live show over there at the museum. I don't know if you've left yet or we're still able to do that, but would love to. And I think I've got your number in my phone. I'm going to look real quick and see. I think I do. I hope I do. I do. Got it. So I don't know if you're still there or what's going on. And oh yeah, so my mom Melinda just posted. We convinced her that Robert Troutman was adopted. So Robert, this guy's like 6'6", big guy. We coach football together. We got to know him and his wife and whatever. So he comes over to the house, and we're going over there to drop off some furniture for my sister's garage sale. And he walks in. He goes, "Hey, Mom, how are you?" And Mom's like, she has no idea. And he played it so well. "You don't remember me?" And she's like, "No, I'm Robert." She goes, "Okay." Next thing you know, 10 minutes later, she's got Robert in her bedroom showing her the whole family. "Oh, yeah, I remember. How's he doing?" And my mom was playing into it. And so about a week later, she goes, "Why can't I remember Robert?" I was like,
That's hardcore right there.
oh, he did it so well. I mean, he took her hook, line, and sinker. And he never left to say anything about it.
That's funny. Tom Hammond
Hey, my
says,
brother
"Happy
from
New
another
Year,
mother.
fellas. Thank you for tuning in. We are, if you just tuned in, we are
Now, Tom Hammond has a lot of eggs.
in
A lot
his
of chicken
basket."
eggs.
What do you mean chicken eggs?
He got a lot of chicken eggs.
Why is he raising chickens?
He does. He raises chickens. He got eggs.
We do too.
I know.
We got a lot. We got duck eggs. We get a few chicken eggs.
You like duck eggs more than regular eggs?
I do.
Really?
Oh yeah, and they're much better to cook with.
What do you mean?
Like Barbara Ann made cornbread the other day, and made it.
I don't like cornbread.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you the difference.
Yeah.
She made cornbread with the duck eggs, and it was so much more tasteful.
Is there a lot more egg there?
Oh yeah, they're at least twice as big as a regular chicken egg.
Really?
Yeah, and the color of that yolk is a little different, a little bit. And they're just, I don't know. I like the taste of them a lot better.
So do you refrigerate them when they come out?
Well, if we catch them fresh, you can leave them out for a little longer, because once you refrigerate them, they start refrigerating is actually not good for them. They'll start deteriorating quicker. So if you get fresh eggs, then you don't need to refrigerate them for a while. They'll last
a while.
A week.
No way.
Yeah.
They hatch an egg and you can just leave it out for a week and then eat it?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know how to test.
Can you do that with a chicken egg?
Same thing. If it's fresh. Tom, can you answer that question? So,
Happy New Year.
Do you know how to
Robert, there's another new king. Coronado Sanchez.
Yes, sir. That's there you go. Same to you, Robert. Appreciate it.
Happy New Year, brother.
So the way you know how to test whether the egg's good or not?
No.
If it floats, it's not good.
If it floats, it's not good.
If you put an egg in a bowl of water, if it stays sunk, it's good and fresh. But if it starts floating, and especially if it really floats, that egg's no good.
Huh.
So that's how you tell.
You ever eat raw eggs?
No, I would never eat a raw egg. Do you know, and I didn't know this until the other day, but Barbara Ann had a friend that's part Puerto Rican, I believe, is where it's from. And they say that they get eggs that have, what would you call them? For lack of a better term, little babies in the eggs. And they get those because it's a delicatessen there.
Delicacy.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I can't imagine.
I'm out.
I asked her how they cook them, what they do. She said she didn't know, but
I don't care how they cook it.
I don't either.
If they candy it, I would. Oh, yeah, that's a fine line there.
Yeah, I'm not into that. I just can't imagine.
No way, no.
No.
I'll eat just about anything. I love a good bowl of menudo. I love sushi.
Yeah, and menudo, that smell even gets me. I can't eat.
Well, you don't want to be around when they're cooking it.
Yeah.
You want the end result.
That's funny.
Yeah, you don't want to clean
It's like
it
kimchi and Korea.
I don't like kimchi.
You do?
No can do.
No, that's nasty stuff, dude. And the smell is horrible.
Yeah.
And the Koreans eat that every meal.
Yeah.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner. They have kimchi all the time.
No thanks.
And I took a bite of that stuff.
Let's say they stay fresh on the counter, unwashed, and unrefrigerated for a month.
There you go.
Tom, you're kidding me.
No, he's correct. If you get a fresh egg, it's better not to refrigerate it. It's better to keep it fresh. There you go.
So do you write a date on the egg, or
Well, if you have a carton, you can write. If you have several, then you write it on there. But all
month?
all the stores though, they're all refrigerated already.
Yeah.
So they're already deteriorating.
I don't think I'm going to eat eggs tomorrow for breakfast.
Well, float them. See if they're good.
Well, mine all go to the bottom.
Well, then they're fried. They're
do
good.
hard boiled.
They're good to eat. What do you mean hard boiled?
I like hard boiled.
I know, but you don't float them.
I know, but when you put them in, they always go to the bottom. I've never had
well,
one
then
float.
they're good still to eat.
Yeah,
But if they start floating,
I can't eat eggs for a while now. Y'all ruined me.
you should be happy about that. See, Steve says, Bo, you're correct. Our daughter raised chickens and we leave eggs out for a week or so. Just don't wash the eggs until ready. Right. So once you wash them, there's a coating on the egg. And once you wash them, then you need a refrigerator because you've taken that protective cover off.
I think y'all are all pulling my leg.
Well, you got three of us saying the same thing.
So, Tom, you'll eat a month-old egg that's been out on your counter? I don't know about that.
Yeah, I would. If it's a month, I'd probably check the floating ability of it because it also, if it starts kind of turning and wanting to go up or having a little float. But, dude, I've eaten eggs almost at least a month.
Wow. Not the same with hot water.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Well, see, I put it in cold water and put it on the stove and then turn it on. I don't put eggs in boiling water.
Yeah. I don't
unless
think
I'm poaching.
I don't think that's.
If I'm poaching them, then I do. But
I'm talking about the freshness of the egg. You put it in a bowl of water.
So when it comes out of the duck, it has a special coating on it that you
duck
just want
and
to
chicken,
leave it alone.
Both have it.
Wow. You only get that here on the Automotive Ed radio show. What do y'all think about this yellow vehicle behind it?
And you only get fresh eggs from Big Will's Bo, Tom Hammond, and
Look
Steve
up
Briggs'
the
daughter.
bloom of the egg.
Okay. I'll do that
the
right now.
The bloom of the egg.
Okay.
Huh.
What is...
They won't float in hot water. Huh.
The bloom
okay.
of the egg.
Hey, President Trump, can I have my show back here the next segment?
now we're getting pissed.
Doing his speech now, so we should be wrapping
now
up.
We're getting pissed. He wants my vote. He better get us back on the air. Okay, it's a natural invisible waxing coating that a hen secretes just before laying the seal to seal the eggshell's pores, preventing bacteria and moisture loss and keeping the egg fresh. There it is. The bloom of the egg.
The bloom of the egg.
Well, thank you, Tom. That's a nice
Tom
education.
would know.
We're learning a lot today, even though we're not on radio. There's a lot going on here. Here on our broadcast. And there it is, the bloom of an egg. Natural invisible waxing coating that a hen secretes just before laying to seal the eggshell's pores, preventing bacteria and moisture loss and keeping the egg fresh. And if you get it fresh, so let's go a little further. The protein-rich layer protects eggs from contamination and is crucial for unwashed eggs, which is why washed eggs, common in U.S. grocery stores, must be refrigerated as their bloom has been removed.
Huh. There you go.
Bada bing, bada
bang. It's all
bang.
about the bloom.
And it's also about the freshness. That's why people want fresh eggs.
So how do you eat your eggs?
I like them a lot of different ways. I like them scrambled.
You prefer them scrambled?
Barbara Ann does a great job of doing, what is it, over medium or over easy?
Have you ever had a soft scramble?
What's that?
A soft scramble is where you put a teaspoon. If you got 2 or more eggs, you put just a teaspoon, half teaspoon of water in it. And then you start to scramble it and you pull it off the heat, continue to scramble it, put on the heat, pull it off. You don't let it cook the whole time on it. And just when it looks like the liquid is done, you pull it off and it's called a soft scramble and you get all the flavor of that egg.
Oh, cool. I need to try
just
that.
a little, just a touch of that
Did you
water.
mix the eggs up before you put it in the thing to cook? Like,
yes.
So you do it normal.
Yeah.
Like stir it all up and then, but have a little bit of water with that.
Half teaspoon, depending on how many eggs.
Right.
And then it keeps the eggs from getting crisper hard so quick. And then if you put them on and off.
See, I do that with a little bit of milk.
And then, you can do milk.
Yeah, I like it with the milk. It makes them fluffier.
Yeah.
And I do.
Yeah, the water does too.
I add a little milk and adds a little richness to it too.
Yeah.
So,
but if you go hot and cold. And now the big thing is, have you seen the way they swirl cook eggs?
No.
I'm going to show you here.
We're learning a lot about eggs today, everybody.
Okay, if you learn how to swirl cook eggs, oh, it's not going to let me go there. But anyway,
You want me to look it up?
what they do now is they scramble the eggs and they dump it in the pan, right?
Right.
And then they take the spatula and push it to one side and then turn away from the heat where the loose eggs are until they get this perfect round lump of eggs that is cooked on the bottom and soft on the top.
Well, I did how to swirl egg. Swirling is an egg usually means poaching it in a vortex of simmering water.
No,
That's not the same thing.
Mm-mm.
So what is yours doing?
Yeah, I wonder much of a discount there is on that yellow vehicle behind you too is bright. I got to tell you what, that is the brightest yellow I've ever seen.
But it's pretty. I like it.
Yeah, I wish I could find that.
I like it because it's got the black wheels, got the black trim, the black. I think the top is black.
I can't. Anyway,
Yeah, so it's a good.
they scramble the eggs and they're in the deal. And he takes a spatula and he pushes it right up the middle. Okay,
Right.
and then he goes to one side and he moves it.
So a swirl.
And then he moves it again, and so where the liquid is going, he follows it with the cooked eggs until he catches up with it, and then he's got this perfect round amount of scrambled eggs in the middle, and then he pulls it off, so it's still cooking, but the center of it's not that chewy egg.
Right,
It's still
I gotcha.
what they call a soft scramble. Incredible.
That's cool. Awesome. Yeah. Oh, you read that about Charlie's car. So yeah, you learned a lot about eggs today, didn't you?
I did.
That's why you want to try to buy real fresh eggs. But
Yeah, we
know.
buy the brown ones now.
Yeah,
that
the browns are
When
good.
you put it in, and it's got a casing over it, then it folds another cover. Melinda turned me onto it, and it surprisingly enough, it had a different flavor to it.
Mhm.
I was just blown away.
We'll have a great Bible study, Tom. Thank you for tuning in today and helping me back my statement, because Kurt never believes anything I say anymore.
I do.
So I have to have, amen corners, and I appreciate all the support that I
That is
get.
pretty cool because I didn't know. Now, I have had duck eggs. I once had an ostrich egg.
How
That
was
thing was
that?
ginormous.
They are ginormous.
And it was,
How did you have it?
he made a very fluffy, light omelet with just cheese. And he goes, you don't want to put a bunch of stuff in it. And I took a bite of that egg, and it was one of those things where you're kind of going,
Not sure.
what the heck is this going to taste like?
Right.
But you're eating it going, that's really different.
Yeah.
It was very uneggy.
Oh, really?
It wasn't like you're sitting there going, wow, this is an egg.
Right.
It just had a different everything to it.
Even texture.
But he cooked the same way where people, they put the omelet on there and they just leave the heat on until it. But he said the best way to cook eggs is getting it off the
off
heat
and on.
and putting it back and forth. But we have that convection stove, so it's really difficult to do that.
Right.
You got to get two burners going at once and keep an empty one on it, to kind of move it back, because otherwise it'll shut off. But yeah, once I learned how to do that, it's amazing. But the ostrich egg, he brings that thing out there. You're going, geez Louise, what is this thing going to do? Actually, really, really tasty.
I'll have to bring you some fresh duck eggs.
My quail eggs I eat raw at the sushi bar. You get your little
Well, those are like tiny, aren't they?
yeah. You crack off the top of it and put just a little soy sauce on and do quail egg shooters.
Raw.
Oh yeah.
I'm out on raw eggs. You're going to open one of these. You're going to see a little bird inside of there.
We look.
Little
We
baby,
always look.
little baby in there.
Always looking.
Well, that's a delicatessen. They may charge you more money for that.
A delicacy.
Delicacy.
Delicatessen is where you get
Yeah,
your
I know.
sandwich.
I know. I just said the word. Yeah, it's a delicacy.
I'm out. There's a lot of delicacies out there. Like I haven't ever eaten spiders.
That's a delicacy?
Oh, they got they grill the scorpions and grill spiders, and I can't do. I got a buddy that went to Japan, and he was showing all the stuff that he did eat. No can do. I've eaten eel before, no problem. It's called unagi. I like it. Grilled. I've eaten rattlesnake. It tastes like
chicken,
like a fried piece of food.
Yeah.
I've eaten squirrel, fried piece of food. Eaten rabbit, fried piece of food. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really good on delicacies, I guess. Do you eat brains? Have you ever had brain or tongue, cow tongue?
I've had cow tongue, lingua. It was smoked, and it with all the seasoning and everything on it. It was like eating a kind of a gamey brisket.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Not bad at all. I've eaten.
Is the texture like a brisket?
Yeah, it is. When it's
not like a
right.
steak.
Yeah, they just smoke it forever and ever and ever. I don't like liver and onions. My brothers love liver and onions. No can do it. That iron part of it.
Well, I one time kind of like chicken liver and onions, but I hated cow liver. It's nasty.
They like liver and gizzards. Cannot do
No,
it.
the gizzards, I'm out on that.
Yeah, just not my gig.
It does have a weird taste, doesn't it? It's a bittery taste to me.
I've had, mountain oysters, cow testicles. But it just tastes like a fried piece of meat.
I'd have to have some balls to eat those.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of that stuff just, but I tell people, even my boys, that's what napkins are for. I remember the first time I ate snails, I was sitting there looking at it, and I figured, what the heck, I have a napkin ready. If I don't like it, I spit it out. And I've
now, how do you eat a snail?
Eat it
with the snaily part, with the actual.
Yeah, the whole snail. You eat it.
How do they cook it?
I cook them at home.
You do?
Yeah. How? You take the shell, you wash out the shells,
right,
and then you put a little piece of garlic in there and some butter, and then you shove the snail in it, and then you wipe a little bit of butter on it, and you put parsley and seasoning, and you put it in the oven, or I use a double boiler, that way they don't pop because they'll expand and pop.
Is it crunchy?
No. It tastes like a good garlicky, buttery piece of meat.
Oh, okay.
And so my boys were at a place called Vincent Seafood, and they wouldn't eat it. And my mom goes, "Get over here." That old Yankee coming out in her. Exactly. They opened their mouth, and she just shoved one in there, and they loved them. Kind of like sushi. And my boys, they wound up eating 16, 18 rolls, cost me about $400 of sushi. And now they're like, "Oh, Dad, we'll eat sushi. We love sushi."
I don't have a problem with sushi. I just don't buy it.
That's what napkins are for.
He said we may not come back on the air with Trump speaking.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, we're about 10 minutes from the top of the hour, so we didn't know this was going to happen, but you know what? Give kudos to our president for how he's managing and handling this country. And if you don't think for 1 minute that he is looking for the behalf of America and the American people, I don't know where your head is.
If you take it any other way, you're a Democrat.
I don't know where your head is. I've got a pretty good idea where it is. I can't say I could say on social media, but I couldn't say it on radio. I pretty well know where it is. If you don't think he really has a heart for this country, then I don't get you, because everything speaks that. Everything he does
is a true commander in chief
and a true patriot for this country.
Gives up his paychecks.
Yes. Hey,
bringing people together.
They've tried to take his life 2 or 3 times already. How many people would?
And Congress tried to take his presidency the first time.
They damaged it. I mean, they damaged it because of all the nonsense they pulled while he was there.
All the scumbags.
So
that trying to take him down.
They thwarted his ability to command, and so and then we let Sleepy Joe in there, and we're supposed to give him the full reins. Well, look what happened there. We're digging holes. It's going to take years to dig holes out of that.
You can have top secret stuff in your garage behind your old Corvette.
Yeah.
They go in and raid Mar-a-Lago and
exactly.
go through Melania's personal belongings.
And we don't want
what a bunch of lunatics.
And we don't want to do anything about Hunter Biden's laptops.
It's not real.
And it's all fake and all that. That blowhard. You know, his face is so white from all the powder, you can't hear him speak. So, and all that gets away with.
The politics get you fired up.
Then when you have somebody that really loves this country, and even though he's not all
like Ronald Reagan did, they tried to
political, kill him. And he's not all, rubbing your back, patting you on the back, and doing whatever he wants. He's telling you what he's going to do, and he does it for the better of this country. And if you're not getting that, shame on your ass. Is all I got to say.
Have you ever heard Bo talk this much?
And he's wanting to give me a segment this year.
No. He ain't getting no segment.
After 7 years, he's wanting to do that.
Yeah,
I think he's taking that away now.
No. Well, it will be controlled and pre-taped.
I think we're going to pre-tape it on
right.
my segment.
Yeah, we ain't turning him loose.
But that just irritates me when they want to bash him.
So, Larry, have they said anything about when they're going to bring the show back?
It sounds like he's wrapping up now. He's been talking the whole entire time.
For sure he has.
I mean, I wish you guys could hear it because it's on, when it plays through Fox, it's on a whole separate channel, not controlled by us, but through satellite.
Right.
So on, like, they can hear it on air, but you guys won't be able to hear it.
Is he taking questions or just talking?
He's just talking right now.
Yeah.
Well, he's at Mar-a-Lago, right? So he probably wants.
He's actually giving more insight of what's going on because the media is just kind of like running that through the mud, just saying, he's kidnapping and it's a war crime and stuff like that.
Of course, they're always going to do that, and they don't care whether he's helping this country or not. They just want to bash him, which is BS. But that's why we need to stand up for him because we have to counterattack those a-holes that want to destroy him. And I think America's backing him. I mean, most of America. I think he got elected as a
lot of the media outlets who are like bashing him. I don't know if you guys see that too, but I know online they're kind of getting countered with like the truth on there. So,
well, Chuck Schumer and
those clowns,
Jeffries, and then who's the guy the billionaire that's Soros? Oh, they're going to have a field day with this.
Well, they want to have a field day because they don't want you to know the truth, and it's not helping America. This kind of stuff is helping America. It's helping save maybe your kid's life. Think about that.
Well, I think what it's really doing is setting a precedent to a lot of countries going, we're tired of your crap.
Right.
Quit bringing your drugs here.
Right.
That's the big thing.
Quit robbing the countries of you're stealing people's lives. You're stealing people's money. You're taking.
I'm not worried about that. The big point of what he's doing is he's told them to quit bringing the drugs in.
Right.
He's told them to quit, because most of the fentanyl comes through China to these other countries.
But they're delivering it.
I'm done.
Right.
And either you stop, and eventually we'll cut the snake's head off. But in the meantime, stop.
And they did stop.
And or I'm coming after you. And so they get it.
Yeah.
Were you listening to him?
We were trying to get an update. I was hoping you'd listen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you talking to me? I was listening.
No, we were talking to
kind of like Noriega.
Honor of here that.
Remember Noriega? Okay, he's like, you're not going to do nothing. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Noriega. Oh, Saddam Hussein. Well, they hung him. Oh, yeah.
Well, but
we won't know 5 years from now whether it works or not.
Right. We're trying to stop the fentanyl from coming in here and all that.
they're really on for whatever.
Right.
And I read this. It's less than 15%. I mean, we want to stop that.
Right.
30%.
Yeah.
We might go after that next.
Who's feeding it all? I think this is like a warning shot over the bow to go, hey, if you're doing it, you're next.
I was just watching listening to CNN, and they're like, we have an incoming statement from Russia. The Russian State Department is very upset. We violated national. Like everyone in the world is trying to pay for the Russian-Ukraine war.
You're killing all the people trying to take over Ukraine, but they got an opinion about what he did. And then they're going, hey, just give us this territory. We'll slow things down until Trump's out of there. Then we're going to come back and get the rest of the country later.
Thank you, Charlie. He says he's been enjoying our show, really enjoying
We'll be
talking back and
probably here
forth,
about
just listening to y'all.
10 minutes. I'll give you a holler and jump on with us.
Yeah, Charlie's been enjoying our conversations about all the different things, and we appreciate that. We've gotten off track with our automotive discussion.
Well, I just hope they don't do the Q&A
Well,
and
they
just
might.
move on.
Then we might just shut her down, huh?
Yeah.
He's going to be on for another hour. But anyway, it's
Actually, I'm gonna give him about like 10 minutes, or like you said, 5 to 10 minutes, and then we can just. I'm gonna see if I can just cut it off from there. If that's okay with you guys.
yeah, if you can do it.
So you have to run this?
Yeah, because I had reached out to the program director here for this station. He was like, "Yeah, just let it play out." But I just texted him now. I was like, "Hey, this is going on for an hour."
So if he gives a hands up, thumbs up.
Yeah, he just told me go ahead and go at 11.
Okay,
like 15
so we'll be
seconds.
back at 11. Okay. Or will you do any kind of commercials before you come by?
He can if you guys want to.
Well, I don't know. You want to come right back at 11? I say we do.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just catch it right after, just hit the button and let's come back. Do you want to start talking or
do
you
that.
wanted to play an intro?
I'll start with
that.
Automotive Edge intro.
He's going to play an intro. Okay. That'll be good.
11
Well, I guess now. I'm about to go now. Sorry.
All right. Here we go. It's 11 now. All right, folks. We're about to go back on the radio. Thanks for staying with us here on our social media stuff. Yeah, Melinda says his press conference is still on TV. Just saying. Yeah, we're coming back at 11.
That's a big deal. I mean, you go and extract the regime because he wasn't elected.
Right. Well, I think,
Could you imagine somebody having that kind of power to go, nah, I don't care what the election said. You're out of here. And, I'm going to give you
we want a free world, but then you're okay when we're not having a free world. And when you get a country that has elections and the guy didn't get elected and said, come take my power, what are you going to do with all the bad crap that he's
Ready
doing?
for the show. I said, are you ready for the show? Ladies and gentlemen, the show you all
oh, that sounds terrible.
Got a little staticky.
Chase.
It's better now.
Well, we are back. We appreciate everybody that stayed with us here on our live feeds.
Yeah.
The president took over to let everybody know that Maduro and his wife have been extracted from Venezuela. I guess we'll see how this all plays out, but
We're back on the radio now.
we're back here to help you with all your automotive needs. Phone lines are open, 214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. We want to make sure that your automotive needs are taken care of. You're kept up to date. You know where to go, who to see, and what to do when it comes to your automotive needs. And anyway, we got one more hour to get you a whole bunch more information and make sure that your needs are taken care of. So away we go.
I want to let y'all know too, if you've not, what you're tuning on the radio, we do some live streams, but we also want to invite you to go subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We've got a lot of things going on there. We, of course, do a live stream there every Saturday morning, but we're doing a lot of video clips. And we're starting to really do that. Kurt's doing a lot of those and going to be a whole bunch of them over this year. And it's short clips. It's not our full shows like we do on Saturday morning. That's to help you to know even more, digging deeper into things about the automotive business and what's going on out there and all the capacities of that. So if you wouldn't mind, go to to youtube.com/the automotive edge on YouTube and get subscribed to that and help us build that channel. We'd appreciate it.
All right. Well, coming up, we have the man, the myth, the legend going to join us. Hopefully. We had a little bit of interruption there, but it's important what the president has to say.
Yeah.
And so, do what?
I don't know. He said something.
He's going to call him and tell him how things went.
Oh.
Anyway, we're going to be talking about what's new for 2026 coming up. And then we have Justin Crane going to join us, the managing partner here at Burleson Nissan. And so we're going
Happy New Year, brother. Good.
Get him, Mike. Boy, you smell good. What are you wearing?
Jiffy Lube.
What is that?
Popcorn. with extra salt.
All right, we got you.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
That's it.
Joining us, Justin Green, managing partner, general manager here at Burleson Nissan. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, good morning.
Boy, I got to tell you what, you got to be excited. When I send out surveys all the time.
Yes.
And July.
I'm the favorite substitute host.
You are.
Yeah.
You are, definitely. We talk about that
I
all
hope
the time.
when I go on vacation, you fill in for me. I'll do the same for you here.
Would you do a show with me? I think we could handle it.
I think we'd be fine.
Yeah.
I think we'd be fine. We might get better ratings.
You probably would.
We're going to call people, tell us to
Yes.
give them better
Well,
ratings.
see, you have the face for radio. I don't. But, in July, everybody was throwing their hands up. Nissan's done.
Yeah.
The Honda deal fell through, so they
Yes.
got to be going belly up,
No.
which we know in Japan, they're not going to let companies fail this big. But great news on the horizon. Well, currently, that Nissan's going to show a profit.
They are. Yeah, they
Your
are.
new product coming out. When you look out there, I can definitely identify the new Nissan Sentra, which
Yes.
you let me drive the other day, and I
Yes.
took out. You look at your price points. You're where a lot of manufacturers are not.
Yes. Cars.
And I want to get into this a little bit with you. When President Trump announced, that he was changing the CAFE, a lot of people are upset going, oh my gosh, we're going to these high mileage cars. Timeout.
Yeah.
Emissions is still paramount.
Yes.
Clean burning cars still paramount, but now you're going to have more choices and let the market be the market. And so when you heard about the CAFE, I don't think it affected Nissan as much as it did a lot of other manufacturers, because you have a lot of cars that a lot of manufacturers have gotten away from.
Yeah. The CAFE is one part. And he can change it. We sure need them to pass the law. We need the Congress to do it, because it'll be a temporary change. It could be changed back in a couple of years. Yes, yeah, 100%. And it just kind of gave them a reset. They need a little bit of a reset. These manufacturers, they have spent billions upon billions of dollars on EVs.
Right.
That turned out to be a pretty much $1 billion bust.
Right.
And so they need a little bit of a reset. I think he was taking it back to 2022 levels, I believe, or 2019. I'm sorry, I don't remember which one. And so that'll help. That'll help a little bit. When
you force builds,
yes,
and you're expediting it at lightning speed, you're going to have a lot of problems.
100%.
And that's what the manufacturer going with. Hang on, y'all are pushing us so hard and so fast that the suppliers, and what a lot of people don't realize, Nissan doesn't build cars.
Right.
Nissan assembles cars with a lot of companies surrounding them that they have to try, and test.
They build engines, they build transmissions, so big parts of the cars. But
yes, the suppliers.
The suppliers are a big part of it.
You have to make sure the suppliers match up with
100%.
Their motors and transmissions, everything around it.
100%.
It's like the plumbers that go in, you lay your foundation and you put in all the electrical, you put in all the plumbing, then you have to make sure you have the right people around you where that house stays sturdy,
100%.
tried and true. Same thing with a car.
No, I do think too, don't be in a panic. Even if the CAFE thing passes and he gets it through Congress and it does go backwards, the hybrid movement is here to stay. This is not an electric car movement, the hybrid movement. And so I don't even think that these manufacturers need the full cafe that he's about to try to get done, because they've got these hybrids, and even, you know, these Sentras, these Kicks of the world, that's 38, 42 miles to the gallon. We didn't have those 5 years ago. And so those help in those cafe requirements. But to your point, it does help with these guys that need V8 pickups, that need V6 pickups, that help pull trailers and they work out of, and all these things. It will help them, and it's going to give some life to some trucks.
Well, I think also with the hybrid movement, which is the way of the future, if whoever the next president is, if he comes in and reset, they'll be ahead of the curve with this hybrid technology, where they're going to be up there where it's not such a drastic going from 50 to 65.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
people have no idea. Even when you bump it 5 miles or 10 miles on the cafe, what that does to the manufacturer preparing for the next build is they're pushing. You know, when you and I first started, they announced a new car, but that was a 5-year build.
100%.
Now the way the cafe is going, they're wanting 2 years, a year and a half, whatever the case may be. And I think you're forcing.
The market's demanding that a little bit too. The market's demanding refreshes much faster. I would say,
but cosmetic, I think, is
more important than the engine part of it. Yes, 100%. I would agree. So I think this is all positive things. You know, it's a positive step back from the electrical vehicle race. Are the Teslas and the Rivians of the world, are they going to go away? No, they're going to serve a very important part of what is happening. You know, just like I've always said about Tesla, they make very cool cars. People were not buying a Tesla because it was an electric car. They were buying it because Elon Musk is the smartest man in the world, and they were very cool cars.
Right.
And these are multi-car families. They have multiple cars in their family. That's going to continue. You know, you don't know a dude who went and bought a Rivian truck that doesn't own 3 or 4 more cars.
Right.
Like, that's just not how it works.
It's just like the old school guys that have that Chevelle or whatever in the garage.
Yes.
They have their car, but then they have that to go to whenever.
That's right.
Same thing with Tesla.
100%. And so we'll see that. I think there's very positive movement in the car world right now. I think 26 is going to give the manufacturers a chance to take a deep breath.
Right.
Get back to selling cars, because they've been focused on a lot of other things right now, between the tariffs and you know, ending EVs, and you know, we still have, and you know, on the EV thing, there still is a couple of hurdles, because we have a couple of knucklehead states that are not participating.
Right.
And I don't know what's going to happen in the Washington states and the Californias and the Colorado. I don't know what they're going to sell in a couple of years.
Right.
They need to work through that.
Yeah, because their big thing was ICE was order only.
Right. And we'll see how that plays out. Does the Supreme Court get involved and say, no, there's no such thing as a 50 state admissions, it's national admissions? I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. You know, or does California, when Newsom is not the governor anymore, do they elect a more reasonable person who says, oh, no, this doesn't make any sense?
And that's where, you know, a lot of people don't understand is you have this flip of government, what that does to the largest employer in the world, which is the auto industry.
100%. Yep.
And how they have to reset. They wonder why cars are getting so expensive is because of these resets and what they're trying to keep up with. Because if you back up, remember years ago, people walked up and went, okay, pretty good MPG.
Right.
Then the big thing was how many stars were on the 5-star crash rate.
Yes.
Now all that's gone.
Nobody cares.
No one is looking at any of that.
And, you know, different than when you and I sold cars, everybody builds a good quality car today.
Yep.
There is not a bad car company out there. They all build good quality cars. You know, they're all capable of 200,000 miles. I mean, you know, 15 years ago, there were companies
all safety tonned up.
That's right. They all have the safety
requirement.
I mean, you know, 15 years ago, there were cars that wouldn't make it 50,000 miles.
Yeah,
People knew that. They bought them for $9,000 and they threw them away. I mean,
okay, worst manufacturer right off the bat that you remember that came in like a lion, out like a lamb?
Well, I mean, K-Car is on that list for sure. But I mean, and I'm certainly not being disrespectful because there's such a big manufacturer today. But Hyundai and Kia fell into that category.
Oh yeah,
they came to the market with an $8,000 to $10,000 car that did not have a lifespan on it. Now they've changed their image and they've changed their quality. They are very quality companies now.
Well,
but they're definitely on the list.
I went to work for Joe Tighe, and he goes, "You got to do me a favor." He goes, "What?" And I got 35 Yugos left.
Yes,
I want them gone.
Well, you know,
and then Geo jumped
Suzuki.
in. And
Suzuki was on that list. Mitsubishi,
yeah,
kind of. They might still be on the list, but somewhere in there. But I mean,
the junk is gone.
It is 100%. Now, it's just it's your flavor. What do you like? That's why. I mean, what's the difference between an Accord and a Camry and an Altima? Whichever one you like. I mean, they're all the same.
And that's what I tell people is get out and experience.
Yes.
And that's the whole key, because when COVID hit,
yes,
it forced people to look at other makes and models that they never had before,
right.
and wanted to buy them. Go, I could have had a V8.
Yeah, 100%.
They had that moment, and so a lot of people when they call me going, "What about this?" I never thought about that. I said, "Time out. Nobody builds a bad car.
Right.
Go put your butt in the seat.
Yep.
And if you whip it down the highway and back, you failed.
Yeah.
If you whip that around the corner, you failed.
Right.
Go take a good, and you wouldn't believe how many sponsors at the time I said, if you're not driving 30 to 45 minutes to see what it would do. And I remember one of my father calls, "Buddy, your listeners are killing me. They're spending all day driving the cars." And I'm like, you know what? For me, it's a little bit different because I'm driving them all the time.
Yeah. And, I can't tell you the amount of customers I have, like, we want to get another Rogue. So, what do you guys want to drive? Nah, this is our 5th Rogue. We're fine. So,
well, I remember the guy with the cowboy hat that was here the other day,
yes.
and he's driving the Pathfinder, and you said, "Well, check out the Murano," and he goes, "Well, let me." And he just blurted off everything about the Pathfinder. You grabbed yourself and said, "Pull up a Pathfinder."
Yeah. So I mean, sometimes you just know. So we'll see. We'll see what the regulation changes come in the new year. It's interesting in the car market right now because this is the first time in, I believe, 10 years the TIV will be off. And almost double digits decline. These manufacturers, these dealerships, we're going to look for a bounce back year in 2026.
So I got a big question coming up. We got to take a break. New versus used for 2026.
Yep.
Justin Crane, managing partner, general manager here, Burleson Nissan, 35 Renfro Road. Quick break. We'll be right back. I think you are number in the top 3 with changes coming as far as the manufacturer. So much, 75% is refresh.
Yeah.
But you've got new looks, new products coming out.
They're in it. Nissan's in a really good spot. We need some credit from the financial world. They could be profitable. They could borrow money at a little bit better rate. It would really make business easier for them. So hopefully we're about to see that.
Floor plans easing up?
Floor plan's fine. Yeah, banks are loaning plenty of money. Banks have plenty of money.
But the rates on it, though.
Consumers don't have plenty of money.
Because you back up a few years, rates on floor plan.
Probably, we just got another rate reduction. I'd say 6.5 right now. So,
because there were some at 9.
Yeah, we were for a while. 100%. We'd still like to get back into the 4s.
Sure.
I have about I don't know, $6 million worth of cars right now. So interest and insurance last month, $122,000. Something.
What's
like
your day supply?
Just under 60.
And that's where everybody is saying that
60.
They believe in 2026 that 60 is going to be the number.
Yeah, I got too bloated at the end of the year. I got up almost to 90. Through a couple of different reasons. So I had to get myself back in line. I might be a little short on a couple of things, but
Yeah, different manufacturers are depending on whatever that
60 to 75 days. Especially when you carry trucks, there's just so many variances on trucks. You got to have a little bit higher day supply of trucks. You got king cabs and crew cabs and long beds and short beds, and you got to have a little bit 4-wheel drive and 2-wheel. It's going to have a little bit more variance there. So
one thing I notice is even with the massive discounts, you've got Eldorado Chevrolet up to $18,000 off.
Yeah.
Grapevine Dodge is doing $19,000 off heavy duties, and you go along, but you go to auction, they're still bringing the money.
Yeah.
I think I've never seen in the history of my 38 years in the industry where you can give stuff away at such cheap prices, then you turn around and look at the used market and it's still as viable as can be.
Well, I mean, we're still, as you know, I think. I'm sorry. I think 15 million new cars sold last year. I think that's what the number is going to be for 2026.
Yeah.
47 million used cars sold. I mean, it's just such a bigger market.
Yeah.
You know, it's just such a bigger market. So I mean, that's it always will be. I mean, it'll always be a bigger market. So
yeah. Every time I turn around, it's and watching things change, you know, people say, you know, do you think the dealership, if they were to put you in, that has passed you by? I said the technology running a dealership, I would be behind the 8 ball catching up, but the foundation and nuts and bolts has not changed.
No, not really. Technology is changing very fast right now.
Right.
We have to get a handle. I need to personally get a handle on what I want AI to do for me and my dealership. Because the technology is tremendous. And I have been through several presentations from AI companies, and it just blows me away.
Yeah.
What they are capable of doing. And all the AI I'm talking about, none of it replaces people. But some of it can make life so much easier for us. AI compliance, you know, so it's checking every deal. So we didn't miss a signature. We didn't miss a date on a I mean, like, man, that would just make life so much better. AI scheduling, you know, for service especially makes it so much easier. AI follow-up. I mean, there's just a lot of technology. I got to buy a key machine. My key machine broke. The new key machines, like, they have such AI built in it. They can tell you, like, you know, like this car, like they can say this car was checked out the most, and this car, like your blue sells better than green according to your key. I mean, like, it's insane.
Yeah, the analytic reports just could be unbelievable.
Out of a key machine.
You're out of water too in the refrigerator. I thought I might have.
Oh, I'm out. Okay, all right, I'll get right on it. Yeah,
I thought I'd throw that in there too.
But yeah, I mean, so we'll see. Lots of. I think 26 will be a smooth moving year.
I think it's going to be a really great year. I mean, you know, unless something happens, unfortunately, that we don't know about. But if it rolls in the
we need rates. Rates are still paralyzing. I think they can come down a little bit more.
Yeah, I believe they will.
I don't think he can replace Powell until May. Is that right?
That what?
Powell, he's in there until May.
Yeah, June 1st is his last day, but May they'll already.
Yeah.
We're back live.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Remember, if you have an automotive need, whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop, go to theautomotiveedge.com and then click on our sponsor page. You've got just most makes and models there. Let them know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show and enjoy a great shopping experience. A lot of people I see now, they say less than 1% of the people are having cars delivered and doing it online. A lot of people now, because of all the great products that are out there and some of the wow factors that they're finding because of COVID, they're going, hang on, well, let me go back out and check this out. Let me take a look at it. Let's, you know, one thing that I'm talking to a lot of people about as I'm going around is I think next year, based on, you know, the big, beautiful bill, we'll see how all that plays out, but we see the rates coming down. And I think more as the rates go down, rebates and incentives are going to start coming down, I believe. But I think now that the push has been to 12.2 years average ownership, with rates coming down, what Nissan has to offer as far as price points is going to get a lot of people off the couch and trading. And I think next year is going to be one of the biggest used car markets we've ever seen sales-wise.
I would think so. I would probably differ from you on incentives. I think these manufacturers continue to pour them on. I think they continue to be aggressive.
I kind of think that because of what they've dealt with the last year or two. You know?
I do think they will continue to be aggressive. I don't know a manufacturer that's raising their hand that said, hey, we hit our sales target for 2025.
Oh, I got you.
But
I'm just looking at the discounts right now. I don't think that we're going to see what we're seeing now going into 2020, especially with the domestics.
We're also model year closeout. So 25s are coming off the lots, 26 coming on. You'll always see bigger discounts at the end of the year because it's just model in time. But I think these manufacturers will stay aggressive through the year. I think they've got some catching up to do. I think they've got some electric money left over that they can,
I think one of the big pushes is going to be less cash down leasing.
We'll see.
I think that's going to need to be a big push in order to get away from.
Leasing has not recovered in the U.S. from COVID. It has not.
I agree. 100%.
Leasing is very expensive for manufacturers.
Well, the average down payment across the board, if you pull, let's say, luxury in with all the other vehicles, is $6,500 is average down payment. People are like, wait a minute here. I'd rather go 72 or 84 months and not put any money down. You know, to get to that payment. I think when we start seeing more tax credits and those numbers start to change, because it was the lowest turn-in lease return that we've ever seen. 2.9 million cars pulled out of the market, and then you figure ownership going to 12.2 years. Boy, that's a big pull from what 100%. The dealers want to see. 100%. We want to see those cars coming in. Because do you still have first rights to everything you lease?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Partly, a lot of these, they're going back. You don't want them because the residuals have not been fantastic, or it's a model change or anything like that. Yes, I think we will see it. I don't think 2026 we see the leasing come back. We're still a couple of years away on the leasing, I think.
Yeah. Well, with the day's supply, everybody, when you look, we'd love to have that 60 or less.
Yeah.
And when they're not, when you have those numbers and you don't have the 75, 80, 90 day standard turn, why come out with aggressive lease programs?
Well, we'll see. First of all, it's good for them too, because they get the chance to sell a car twice, manufacturers, the first time, the second time. So, we'll see. As an industry, I believe we're down around 14% on leasing. That number needs to be a much healthier. Start with a 2. Even the big boys like Toyota, they're not leasing like they once were.
Well, even when you go to your Hondas and your Toyotas, your average down payment there's about $4,000.
Yeah, probably.
Which we haven't seen.
Yeah.
When you're looking at payments that are 169, 199, whatever. It's not without any money down. You're going to have to come up.
Well, and part of what tainted leasing too a little bit was when we had all these amazing leasing on these electric vehicles. When you could lease a $50,000 electric car for $299 a month. It kind of tainted people on leasing. Like, what are you talking about? A Rogue is $400 on a lease. I'm not paying that. I can get a, So, but that is gone, and so we'll let it wash back through, and I think we'll start to see it recover. I would say the 0%, the 19, the 29, they're going to play a big part of 2026.
Yeah.
So,
I think you're going to see a lot of these older cars coming to market next year more so than ever, for the fact that you can get. Your Versa's going away, but your Sentra and your Kicks, which I think is going to light up the industry like we haven't seen in a very, very long time. And you go down and you look at some of the companies that now Stellantis, he was talking to the CEO, he goes, their average vehicle is north of 40,000.
Yeah.
They have nothing to turn to.
I know.
If somebody's looking at a Rogue and go, okay, the Rogue can wear, let me show you the Kicks, which if you look at the Kicks now, if you took the badging off, you wouldn't go, wow, that's a Kicks.
I know.
They've expanded it. They've made it bigger. They've made it better. And so you have vehicles to turn to.
Yes.
Some of the manufacturers don't have vehicles to turn to. I think that's going to be a game changer, because they won't be able to do it overnight.
I certainly don't understand. I don't run Ford. I don't run Chevy. I don't run Chrysler, but I don't understand what they're thinking. I heard this week that I didn't know Escape was going away. Mm-hmm. And that's an entry-level SUV. That's a big part of it. I don't understand what they're doing there. Because
they're talking about bringing back a car. I know Lincoln's talking about bringing back a car. Now Ford's talking about possibly doing it and having that SUV between I forgot what the name of it's going to be.
They run with Explorer and Expedition, and I don't understand that, because small SUV is a big part of the market. I do think you're going to see the return of cars. Versa is a unique situation. Versa has everything to do with pedestrian detection. That's why they're getting rid of Versa, because by 2026, all cars have to have pedestrian detection. That's a $2,500 whatever, and that just makes that car unfeasible. Then it's the same price as a Sentra, so that's why Nissan is choosing to go with Sentra. Ultima continues to live on 26. I don't know. I just have a suspicion. Maybe I have a little bit of knowledge. Ultima will have a new life coming. It's going to come Infinity first, but Ultima will live another life. So
that's another one that really, when you got 3 models to sell, that's a tough gig.
But it's getting better for them. They get 2 more this year. They're going to get a new sedan. It's so interesting, because 5 or 6 years ago, SUVs were the thing, and now we got people asking about sedans again. It is a generational thing. People don't want to drive what their parents drive.
Right.
You know, and if their parents drive an SUV, they want a car. So
just think how many kids are graduating. Oh, hey, mom and dad, let's go look at an SUV. They just don't say that.
Right. Yeah.
Let's go look at a car, and that's what's made.
So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what it comes. But I think we have lots of good things coming. So
will you have a good mixture of cars, SUVs, which a lot of manufacturers don't.
Yes.
It's one way or the other, and then the price point. When you look at the average car sold, when you put everything together, other than your supercars, you're almost at $50,000. You're shade under $50,000, and then pre-owned was hovering right there at $30,000, and that pulls what they say 36% of people out of the market completely.
So my average cost of car on new cars is $32,000. You know, so that's a really
below the industry.
Yeah, that's
average.
a great number to be at.
Are they keeping the Z?
Z's staying. Yeah, Z is staying, and I even heard the rumor that there's a new GTR coming.
When's your purple one going to be here?
This week.
Oh, sweet.
This week. Yeah.
That's a special edition one.
The Heritage. Kurt,
so, can
is Heritage mean 50? Is it 50-year anniversary? Okay, this is the 50th year anniversary of Z.
Can Kurt drive it for a week and then I drive it for a week and return it?
Well, Kurt's buying it, so if you want to work out a deal with him to drive
I'll just drive it
for
free from him then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had his name on it for months.
I pulled it up first thing, Mr. Shea said, "What is that?" Not as, hey, what is that?
Right.
What is that?
Yeah.
It's
wow,
something that needs to go in
my
She
has
garage.
that memorized, though, because of what she deals with there.
I know. I'm really excited to see it because it will also have the gold wheels, which is always a special deal with Nissan when they put that on. And the old school badging. So it's going to say twin turbo on it. It's going to be cool. I can't wait to see it. It should be here this week, actually.
Were you ever concerned with what was going on with Nissan about viability?
No. You know, partly
because we never had a negative conversation about it.
Two things. I think most people know I have a seat on Nissan's board. And I've been on their board for 4 years now, and I have another 2 or 3 years of my term. I personally know, Christian Munier, who runs the Americas. I've met Ivan Espinoza 5 or 6 times now. He's the new CEO. I know these guys. I know how hard they're working to turn the company. They were very, very honest about their cash situation. You very seldom see a company saying, "Man, we're just not going to make it," but we have $12 billion. Like, they have a lot of cash. They have a lot of cash, and more importantly, they have a lot of assets. And they even talked about like selling factories and releasing all these things. And they said, "Hey, this is what we have to do." Now, they've had a lot of mistakes. They've made a lot of mistakes as a company. I think they're the first ones to admit that. And they're recovering from their mistakes. And I think that they will bounce back and be a very viable player.
Well, I think there's a lot of manufacturers, when you take a look at their portfolio and everything, that they jumped when they shouldn't have jumped, thinking what was coming out of pocket. Because you know who's ever in charge. I mean, the changes are so drastic.
Well, maybe Nissan was the opposite. So in 2019, 2017, 2018, and 2019, Nissan had 10% market share, and they made this giant push to 10% market share. And like, they pushed themselves too hard, and it cost them too much money. They're just not a 10% market share company, but they got there at the cost of everything.
Right.
And then when they're like, well, we have to back it down, then they started backing it down with late models and no refreshes, and they just got themselves in trouble. If they can get this turn figured out, they're going to be fine. So
214-787-1190. Quick break. We identify some great sponsors for you. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Yeah, I think a lot of people when I was going around, everybody was on their heels instead of the balls or feet going. But I couldn't imagine being a CEO of a company and then these mandates come through and you're nowhere near it, and then you got to completely refigure it.
And I think the problem that we have is we don't even think globally. So you talk about Nissan. They're a global company. They have mandates from every country across the globe.
Does Nissan own Peugeot?
I don't think so. I don't know that name.
You've never heard of that name?
No. No, it sounds like a cheese or something.
Well, they had Peugeot here.
Yeah.
For a while.
I remember that.
At the Mexican restaurant or what?
Yeah, you raise the flag.
I don't,
give you a car.
At ponchos or like what? I don't know.
Raise the flag.
You had Peugeot and Saab at the same time.
I learned this week that
we all saw
Canada has not adopted U.S. manufacturing standards.
Right.
They make a different car for Canada than they do for the U.S.
Oh, that's crazy.
And if they
remember what they used to call them.
Yeah.
Still do.
Yes.
Great cars.
Right. And so if they could get Canada's very close to adopting U.S. marketing standards. They don't have to make a different car. Mexico does not have any of the standards so they make much different cars in Mexico. They much different cars in Brazil.
Australia. When I saw Australia Fords, you wouldn't know what they were.
Yeah, 100%. Now, the Middle East, like the Saudis, Dubai, they have American manufacturing standards. So, like the Armada that's made in Japan for the U.S. is also made for Saudi Arabia. So, like that's helpful to these.
Yes, more that you can have the same, right?
And Europe is they're just nut jobs over there, and their standards. But everyone's like, well, screw you guys, because I mean, even like Ford, Chevy, they're like, yeah, we just won't make cars in Europe. We don't make enough money off of you. So now they're rethinking their standards as well. They backed their they also eliminated their electric car mandates in Europe. So if they would adopt U.S. manufacturing standards, then
it could go
all of a sudden
more cars.
It'll help. I mean, all of a sudden they could build, Altimas in, Smyrna, Tennessee, and ship them to Europe. And that would help these manufacturers be in such a better profitable position.
When we were in our taxi in London on our way to Greece.
Yes,
I was taking all these pictures, and the guy goes, he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm in the car business. I've never seen these nameplates." It was amazing how many manufacturers that we know they were attached to.
Yeah.
And I was going, "You've got to be kidding me." And then as we went to Athens, they had a certain line of vehicles. We got to Greece. You know what the number one car driven in Greece is between what we call all the driving services and everything?
Right.
Mercedes.
Yeah.
Everywhere you look was
there.
Mercedes.
Yeah,
and I went, unbelievable. And then you go to Athens, and you had this cornucopia. You go to London, and extreme. We didn't. I'm looking at these emblems.
Not a ton of Nissans in Europe because of Renault. Because most of Renault is a European company, so their partnership, most of the cars there now, they have a very Nissan look. Like the Qashqai is a Renault car, but it's in Europe. So, but it looks just like a Kicks. I mean, so yeah. What we know as a Sprinter is completely badged differently. Yeah, 100%.
It was amazing to see all these. And then you go to the rental area and you look at these cars going, what the heck?
It's just like when you go to Mexico and you get in the line and all these Nissan vans, are in Mexico, but we don't have the Nissan van here. So, yeah.
Why's that?
214-787-1190. We want to thank everybody for hanging on. And we know President Trump had a lot to talk about for the hour, but we have our social media going. And be sure to go to our YouTube page and subscribe. We just hit 100,000 views on all our new videos and over 3,000 viewed hours. And not only do we show you all the different vehicles, but we show you things that are coming down the pipeline. We get you educated on interest rates and all the different things that are going on in the auto industry. Bo called me yesterday and said, "You're really boring. Put some humor into it." And so we have some of that coming down the line.
That's why. Well, we do our live feeds there, but what he's talking about is short videos. So that digs deeper into issues about anything automotive related.
Are we on the TikTok?
We're on TikTok. We're starting to go there too.
Talking.
Okay.
But on
I don't have
how to get to YouTube, it's youtube.com/@the Automotive Edge. So that's where you can find
Or you can just search the Automotive Edge if you don't remember.
If you're on YouTube already, then you search it and you have
subscribe.
to put the Automotive Edge radio show to find the exact channel.
We're up 112% on our subscriptions, and
that's just the days I'm on.
That's right. We're showing all the different makes and models. We're coming back out next week because I tell you, I drove the new Sentra, and what blew me away was when I looked at the sticker price. I figured, okay, 32, 33 is $26,000.
No price increase. Same price as a 25.
Totally redesigned. I mean, when you look out the front end, I mean, they're both good-looking cars. That's one thing I like about Nissan is they've stayed streamlined.
Yeah,
you don't look at the front end and go, "Oh, that must be electric," when it's not electric.
You know what I really love too?
What's that?
I love names on the cars.
Yes.
I love that y'all didn't go to QX, 80, 50.
Man, I can't even
it's almost like a bingo game.
I know.
B3.
I know.
And I just love names because that sticks to me.
Just think about it. BMW has 16 different numbers. Mercedes has 21 different numbers. And you're going.
all the numbers, too. Yeah.
So let's talk about, I got a couple of text messages. Yes. Could you and Justin roundtable real quick on what, they've taken, supposedly they pulled the medical off the bureaus, which is not true. They're still showing up. there's a lot of people that are still recovering from COVID.
Yes.
How are the banks looking at paper where people figure, okay, I got a 625, I'm paying 17.99%. Your thoughts on what we call buying deep?
Yes.
But buying deep at actually a much better rate than what the consumer thought.
Yes.
Working with all the banks because, I know you have to get involved in certain car deals to go, hang on, this is good paper.
Sure.
What is your outlook on 2026 for people to go, I got all the hickeys from COVID, but I want a new car?
Yeah. So I would tell you, banks have plenty of money to loan right now, and banks are being extremely aggressive in buying car deals. They want the business right now. Most of these banks, the Santanders, the Wells Fargos, the Chase of the worlds, they're banks. They're mortgage companies. They're banks. The mortgage, they haven't spent their money mortgaging. Like the mortgages are down. People are not buying homes, so they're spending a lot of their money in the auto industry right now. Rates have been higher for the past couple of years. We're starting to see much better rates. But you say, hey, I got a 625. I have some hiccups on my Beacon. No big deal. There's banks that still want to buy your business.
Well, let me add to that. When you see a 625 Beacon and the hiccups from COVID,
right?
If I come to you and I say, hey, I've been over at Lockheed Martin for 20 years. I've been in my home for 20 years.
Yeah.
All my bills are current right now. We had the hiccups.
Right.
That's a good car deal.
Yeah, it is. And like people, this is a hard thing to explain if you don't do this every day. More importantly than the bureau score. The bureau score is a part of it. It's a third of it. Who you are is a third of it. Where you work, how long you've been there, how long you've been in your mortgage. The other part of that is the structure of the deal.
Right.
So if it's a good equity position, I'm putting $500 down. I have a $1,500 rebate. I'm financing 98% of what the car is worth. That's a good equity position, and banks love that. I saw a deal a couple of days ago.
Let me just jump in real quick. So what Justin was just saying is, let's say that you've had credit challenges, but the deal structured where the bank is looking at equity and it supersedes their portfolio. They're going to buy that car.
100%. I saw a deal the other day. I'm hoping I remember the details exactly right. I believe the young lady had a low 500 scores, 530, something like that. But she had about 12 grand equity in her car. She got a 7% rate.
Nice.
Because again, there's no risk to the bank. Rates have everything to do with the risk. The more the risk, the higher the rate. If you're in an equity position, there's no risk to the bank. If they have to get that car back from you, then they're like, well,
they'll make money when they
it's
sell
already
it.
worth what I loaned them for. So it's all about the risk. Banks have plenty of money. There are plenty of deals to get done right now.
Let's look at the story.
Yeah, look at the story. Look at the history. The one thing too is I would encourage everyone is, you use us and let us advise you in the situation. Sometimes people are like, well, I don't want you to tell me what car to buy. I'm not telling you what car to buy. I'm advising you on the situation. If you are a little bit of a challenge situation, let's get on a Kicks. It has a $1,500
you have
rebate.
To look at things
it helps
as an independent owner.
Yeah,
because you want them coming back.
100%.
You don't want them going.
100%.
Hey, Justin, 3 years ago I got hosed.
The
thing about it is, hey, 3 years ago you gave me a jump start.
Right.
Let's do another car
Well,
deal.
and that's the thing. You do the Kicks, and then the 3 years after you're done, you can jump up and done a great deal with that. You probably get what you want.
Because the misnomer, and I had a couple comment the other day said, well, just pay on it for a year and come get another car. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, well,
this deal has to be structured properly.
100%.
In order for you a year later, even a year later, I think is an overreach based on how the deal was structured, how much money you put down to be able to come in and upgrade to what you want.
We're going through it all the right now. So we have a bunch of cars that got 0. Rogue's got 0. Murano's got 0. Pathfinder's got 0%. You get 0 for 60, but you're giving up some cash to do that. So a Rogue, you give up $3,000 or you can get the 0%. For a lot of our customers, the bank will look at it much more favorably if we leave that $3,000 in there.
Sure.
Yes, you may not get the 0%. You may pay 5%. You're like, wow, I don't want to pay the interest. I can show you how it works out better for you in the long run.
It comes down to the math of the deal.
Right. But because it's a much favorable position from the bank. And a lot of people are like, man, I really want to qualify for the 0. Oh, I didn't qualify for the 0. Yes, you didn't qualify for the 0 because you've got $5 grand negative equity. You're not putting any cash in the situation. You're trying to finance 115%. If you let me use the rebate, then I'll qualify you for a better rate. We're going to be.
So you're looking about what, $10 a point?
Probably closer to 20, but yes.
And then depending on the
depending
on the,
on the term and the amount of money. Yep.
When you do the math on it, then you figure the $3,000 whatever it is, you're still ahead of the game with the incentive.
And listen, I'm a big fan of Zero. Zero works great for my customers. A lot of my customers, it allows them to get to a payment that they are comfortable with. I have very few. I would like to have less customers that keep their car for the full 60 months.
Yeah.
And if you take the 0% and you don't take the $3,000 or the $4,000 rebate like on Murano, well, you're kind of giving up some money because you didn't keep the car to earn the full $4,500 of keeping the zero for 60 months. So, I know, a lot of customers, the same thing I tell everyone all the time: find a dealership you like, find someone you trust, and let them advise you on the situation. We really do. I know people think we don't want to help you. We do. We want to sell every car that comes to the door.
Well, it's whether you want long-term customers or short-term growth.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
I remember Mr. McDavid, he goes, do you want once in a while home runs or do you want a full stadium?
Yes, 100%. 100%.
And you have to think about that when you're doing the car deal, and it's different times. One thing that I will say is I don't hear too many stories about so much internet shopping. I still believe wholeheartedly people want to come out and get the feel of the wheel and make the deal. And people in Texas still love to negotiate. Now, I don't think that the number one driving force is the internet.
Now, I would tell you, I may be just a little bit different from you. 80% of my business is coming from the internet because people.
Yeah, but I mean the one all end all for the product and the place.
They're doing their research. They're finding what they like, and then they come here. I would tell you that there are not people negotiating hard. Yes, there are people still negotiating for car deals. Most of the time, people are negotiating for affordability.
Right.
This is what I can afford. 100%. Can you help me make this work? Yeah. Yes, we still have the crazy jackwagon that says, I know you're giving me 10 grand off, but I want 10 grand more. I mean, yes, I know that's happened. But most of the time, it's just like, hey, listen, 550 is all I can afford. What can you do to help me on this car? And we do everything we can to make it work for them inside the parameters that they
the last survey I sent out and I asked them what they thought the average markup in a car was. You know what it came back?
Oh, I'm sure they're saying $7,000 or $8,000.
It was $5,400 when you average everything together.
Yep.
And I went, really?
Yeah.
You know what? I had a buddy that bought a electric product, and the sticker and invoice were identical.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, do you really expect me to believe? I said, I am telling you. There is zero markup because in this vehicle. He goes, how does the salesperson get paid? And I said, they just pay him a flat.
Yeah.
And he goes, on this month, look, what does it really matter? I'm telling you.
Well, and that's always been the preconceived notion. Everyone says, well, the more expensive car, the more the markup it has. That's not necessarily true.
It's not true.
I would say on the Nissan, our average markup is less than $1,200. That's what I would say. Plus incentives. Incentives have nothing to do with the markup situation.
I found 16 vehicles where markup was less than $500.
I mean, Versa. So we pay an ad association fee, so Versa has a negative markup because of my ad association fee on a Versa, because it has like a $500 thing and we give $500 to the ad association. So there's no markup in a Versa, so when people say, well, I want $3,000 off, okay. I mean, yeah, sure, maybe. Depending on the day.
You want it too.
But I might do it depending on the day. But yes, I mean that's just that's the world. That's how it works. And
we're carrying our grandparents' load.
Yeah, and I've often said that the car dealers from the 80s, they did us no favors, and we're in the position we're in today because of the excessive profit that car dealers in the 80s and early 90s made. So,
quick break. 214-787-1190. We got one more segment. Get things wrapped up at the place to get your Nissan. Burleson Nissan, 35 in Renfro Road. Brand new cars, less than what the average pre-owned car is. Come see Justin Crane today. We'll be right back.
Hey, so we lost a legend this week with Ed Wallace.
Yeah.
Did you know him?
Well,
I
knew
never
when
met him.
he was Lou Smith.
Oh, okay.
That's his real name.
Yes, I knew that.
And so, you know why he changed his name?
No.
Okay, so he was working for Mr. Vandergriff. He was with Hufflines for a while.
Yes.
And he was with Mr. Vandergriff, and he had this little AM deal. And so the story's told that if you're going to continue to talk the way you're talking and say what you're saying, you might want to change your name and not let people know you work for me.
Okay.
And so he became
Edward
G. Wallace.
Long before I was in the car business, when I was a kid growing up here, I knew him because of his Saturday morning shows, and he would review cars and talk about. And I mean,
the Friday morning on Fox.
Yeah, and then he had 1180, right, or 1120. Which one is it? The news talk, AM 1080. Yeah, he was on there for 100 years, and then my dad used to listen to the buy sell. Like, I don't know, you remember they used to like buy sell stuff on the radio, and so like but Ed Walsh would be on there before, and I just remember him forever and ever.
He's a savant.
I guess he's been off the air for close to 10 years now, probably.
No, for a year.
Oh, a year? Okay.
Yeah, but he turned it. He was kind of weaning, and then it went from wheels to whatever they call it. Now, John Ingram and his buddy Don. But when he was younger, him and Don, who now sits in his chair, they went to California with a band and wanted to make it big.
Wow.
And were writing their own music and doing their own thing.
So I didn't know he worked for a car dealership, so that's really interesting.
Yeah, he worked for he was with Huff Hines, and then he was an Acura guy for a long time, became general sales manager. And the thing about it is you can say
that's very cool.
December 14th, and he'll tell you something that happened.
Wow.
His memory. In fact, I was talking about my brother at a grand opening of a buddy of mine's dealership, and I said, "Yeah, Larry's 10 years free," and he goes, "Next week."
Yeah.
And him and Larry were buddy because Larry, when he was with the Freeman Group, was on Ed's show.
I saw Jerry Reynolds played a really nice tribute to him. I guess they were longtime friends too. So,
they were. Yeah. We all are. But you know what? They asked his wife, no funeral, no service.
Okay.
And asked not to even talk about it on air.
Wow.
Said they don't even want it brought up.
Huh.
And so I talked to John Ingram yesterday, and he said, "Well, we're not going to honor that wish because
I'm about to say that's really hard. I mean, that's really hard not to say something about the guy who got you started.
And I did. I was on a buddy of mine. He called me and said, "Hey, could you join me on air and talk about it?" And I'm like, 100%. And the guy goes, "Why would you talk about your competition?" I said, "I don't have competition."
But we would say he's the pioneer, right?
100%.
I mean, no one else 100%. Did this before him, and then
nobody.
And Jerry was at selling Fords forever and ever.
Yeah.
So I mean, he was the first one to do it. So
I was the one that called Jerry about an opening after Reynolds Buick was fenced off.
Yes.
And got him in with Randall Reed.
Yes.
And then he ran Randall Reed Ford.
Right. What was it called before that?
Prestige
Ford. That's
and
right.
before that, Myers Courtesy. That's where I started.
But back in the day, Prestige Ford, they sold 1,000 Fords a month. I heard
they were rocking.
Yeah.
And so Jerry got the job, and he had Donnie Gildert and George Hardwick and all those guys with him. Great Charlie Nixon.
Yes.
Great group of guys over there. And then
I've only met him one time.
He got out.
And he was very kind.
Yeah, super guy. And when his son was going through his BJ, we were always donating blood and going over there and seeing Jerry. He has put over 10,000 cigars in his mouth and never lit them.
That's kind of interesting.
Why don't you just buy one?
He chews
them up.
He chews Antonio Garcia's.
Oh, okay.
Every day you'll see him with a cigar, and he'll never light it. And he'll chew it, and then he'll tear off part of it, spit it out, and keep. And he's never lit a cigar.
Yeah. When I first started in the car business, he was out there. That's how I knew kind of who he was.
Very interesting guy.
Yeah.
I think the world people say, "So you ever relate?" I said, "I talk to him regularly."
Why not?
So what?
Yeah, why not?
Sharing that kind of information on car guys? What the heck?
100%.
Hey, we want to thank everybody for joining us, and we missed about an hour of the show because of President Trump announcing what was going on over in Venezuela, but that doesn't take away from where we are and what we're doing. We're here with Justin Crane, managing partner, general manager here at Burleson Nissan, and I can't tell you, a lot of people going, well, I'm out, and they were sticker shocked by used car prices. Well, the cool thing is here at Burleson Nissan, you got cars less than what the average that came in for 2025 was $26,665 on a pre-owned automobile with 72-month financing on a lot of pre-owned automobiles. Mm-hmm. And so now you can get you a brand new car with a 3-year warranty. And the new Sentra is the same price as the 2025. And I tell you, when I got in it and I looked around and I saw the stitching in the leather,
that's nice.
And I saw the auto phone charging, and I'm looking at all the upgrades, and the first thing I did was like 32, 26. And I went, now this is cool.
Yeah.
So you have
it's going to be a big hit. That car's going to be a big hit.
It's going to be a big hit.
It's going to be a big hit. And we got a lot of positive press. Car and Driver, Mobile Auto, got great reviews of this car. So it's going to be a big hit for us.
Come test drive. It doesn't hurt to spend the time driving an automobile. And all you have to do is just show up and say, "Hey, Justin, I was listening to you guys on the radio. I want to check out that new Sentra. I want to hear." The Rogue now has so many different flavors.
Yes.
My gosh, and you know one thing that I noticed, and the big push in 2026 from Nissan, Toyota, Honda, Lexus, Mercedes is all the off-road looks.
Yeah,
and it's amazing.
It is
that the surveys are saying they're never going off-road, but they want to look like they're going off-road.
No, you're very right. That is very, very
and
true.
even with your Armada, so Armada comes out and you're looking at this big bad boy, and all of a sudden, what do you got? You got an off-road Armada.
Got a Pro 4X. Got to have it. Yeah, you're right.
And so everybody 100%. Is going that
we're
route.
getting Rock Creek, that's what they call our off-road edition. We're getting a Rock Creek Kicks.
No way.
Yeah. I don't know where you're going to take it off-road, but it's going to be great. Yeah.
Well, I think cosmetically,
Subaru move over. Everybody's coming off road.
That's right.
But the cosmetic of it feels like rugged.
Well,
and I think that's a thing.
I do.
You know what I mean?
I think it's made. I'm real careful to say this, but I think it's made some of these SUVs more masculine.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And so, yes, the guy who has 4 kids and is like, oh, I got to buy a Pathfinder, but at least I'm getting a Rock Creek. I mean,
it's the same like me when I go buy camouflage stuff and hunting boots and I don't hunt.
I mean, if they would have
kind of manly thing.
If they could ever made vans with some off-road stuff, then vans would have made it.
Yeah, my next door neighbor, his wife bought a new Lexus, and he goes, I finally get to drive a foo-foo car that looks like it's off-road because the new GL 450.
Yes,
the way they made this thing, it looks like a tank on wheels.
So the
new Land Cruiser.
We went to this is a plug for Lexus. They're not tell them to send me a check. So we went to Gaylord Ice, and it's sponsored by Lexus, and they had probably 6, 7 Lexus vehicles. And I'm going to be honest, it's probably been 5 or 6 years since I've been inside a Lexus, and stunning. I mean, just stunning. What is the Land Cruiser version of the Lexus? The GX?
The 450.
Yes. I could have drove it home.
That's what my neighbor bought, and I went, and he goes, you know what? It's still got the manly feel.
I'm telling you, they're so nice. They're so nice. I'm with my mom. My mom is a Pathfinder, and she said, Justin, what do you think that is? I said, what do you think it costs? I said, 3 Pathfinders.
3 Pathfinders.
Yeah, the prices have gone up.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know, but I'm guessing 3 Pathfinders.
I said, would you ever take that camping? She goes, I'll never get it that dirty.
I know.
But it's got
so
they're
so nice,
the big pushes. You have your Rock Creek, and it's making momentum because you got, Pathfinder Brogue and now the Kicks, and then the Armada, your off-road product. And they said that is the big thing where people feel more at ease driving these 100%. Vehicles, where they're parking them, what they're doing.
But they look great. Them. I mean, they really do.
I
look
think
great.
It has that.
They add a little
cosmetic.
Character.
It gives you that
great.
bulky feeling like you're driving something.
Yeah, 100%.
And if you're watching us live, Nissan ain't scared of colors.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you look out there and you see your blues and your yellows, you see your oranges.
Yeah.
I think it's good looking though, especially with all the black trim.
I could see you driving.
I could buy that.
Yeah, you could pull that off, though.
Absolutely. I gotta get me a yellow hat to go with it.
Yeah, just get that.
I had a really great customer of mine, and she is just super great. She probably bought 5 or 6 cars from me. She's in her late 80s, and she said, that's the ugliest color I've ever seen. She said, but that's probably the one I need. I could always find my car in the parking lot.
That's a good point.
Yes, ma'am. That's probably true.
Plus and minuses. You know what? Here, and I think Justin's right. We're not going to see a lot of sales in used cars.
1 minute to commercial.
The values are still absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
We're out. Sorry.
Yeah. He said 1 minute to go.
That hour.
Yeah, I think, listen, I think 2026 is going to be great for consumers. I think it's going to be great for manufacturers. I think it's going to be great for dealerships. I think it's going to be a 16.5 million car year. The economy is so close to booming, close. So the GDP just proved that. We're going to turn the corner the first of the year. Rates going to drop a little bit more. Mortgages are going to take off. The housing crisis is going to calm down. And I think 2026 is going to be a great year for us.
Yeah, when you look at the average house is 450, I think that's going to drop down below 400.
No, I hope mine doesn't.
When you look at really. The prices of the cars, I think, are going to be fantastic. Yep. And we're here to help you. Go to theautomotiveedge.com for all your automotive needs, and let us put you with the right people. But come see, test drive, and experience Burleson Nissan. 35 in Renfro Road. Hop, skip, and jump down the highway coming each way. Meet Justin Crane and his staff. Start your shopping now.
Yep.
And you'll be surprised how quick you become an owner. BurlesonNissan.com for all the specials. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Happy New Year.
We'll be out next week to do some videos and test drive.
All right, let's do
Follow us on the YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. And remember, turn off all those electronics. Get reconnected. Tell that person you love. And remember, faith, family, and friends is what's going to make 2026 a great year for all of us. Boski?
Have a blessed 2026 and take all this information and roll with it, and let's have this wonderful year.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
See you
Have a
next
great
Saturday.
week, Larry.
Let's do it.
Great job. And we'll be back next Saturday here live on the Automotive Ed Radio Show. Take care.